I'm murdering him in his office. Gonna just walk in and immediately thunderwave him in a 2-foot vicinity.
Oh, shoot, where is it? Is anybody here a fan of Pokemon?
Yes.
Have you heard of the Poke 5e website? If not, it's basically like, I think they made their own Pokemon 5e thing, but they have the Pokemon, but they also have the moves. So like you could click on like absorb, right? And then it gives like their version. It's like it takes one action. You attempt to absorb target's health, make a melee attack on a hit. The creature takes 1d4. And I was like, hold the fuck on. I can add Pokemon attacks to creatures. God. I'd have to tweak them because like it's its own system, right? So it's like 1d4 plus grass damage. I'm like, okay, well that's not a thing. But it was very interesting to see like, oh, how do you D&Dify this move or that move? Which is
very carefully.
Yeah, it was interesting to me. I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, Zom, do me a solid. Can you I almost did. Bizarre. Are we? I was gonna call you Brunswick. I'm like, we're not there yet. Are you all set up and everything?
Oh, I'm live. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Great. Okay. Zom, can you give us a quick rundown of last time?
Yep. Do I have the right tab open? I do not.
That is always a good thing to have.
Yep. Right, I went back through all of the notes from every session. And
yeah, you don't have to go through everything. Just like,
but, so I had all the session
all.
notes open in individual tabs.
Just like Sparks Notes version.
Yeah. Alright, so last time we all started with dreams. We learned how to become an undead mammoth.
I talked to a rat.
You also were really smart.
You got an orb. Frederick got an orb.
Yeah, he got like a little AI.
Yeah, I just hung out with Corbus.
Like literally just chilling.
Yeah. When we got some braces with like werewolf shit.
Gwynry finally got to meet her goddess.
and a very sassy little dude.
Oh yeah, our mini toy. Oh, also, Gwynry was the only one to meet another champion in the dream space. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so Makafe wakes up.
Good to know that it's a shared space and not instanced.
Heads to the Silver Hourglass by herself.
Dangerous.
Has a talk to Zeranova.
Of the two pictures, which one should I drop for what Zeranova kind of looks like? I don't know. Well, to be determined.
The one that breaks TOS.
The one that took me like 8 tries to break TOS. Yeah. Okay, continue. I'll post it.
Yep, and then heads back. Everyone wakes up. Kind of talk a bit about what's going on. We go to Radiant Hall. Are able to talk Corvin into some semblance of sanity. He agrees to help us. So do Althea and Alia. Go over a brief plan, then go shopping. Talk to Moritha at the magic shop about McCarafe's ring and what's going on with Silvara, and she says to come back in the next morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I think the last thing after that, you headed back to Genevieve's, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Martha kind of shooed us out of the shop,
Mm-hmm.
and that was where we ended. So
Cool.
I assume
Okay.
heading back, goods in tow.
Yeah, because I think within my own little 10-day system, that was technically part 2 of the day done.
Yeah.
And you're going into your evening/night/overnight portion of day 1.
Mhm.
Okay. Why don't you guys take it then, instead of directly being at Genevieve's, why don't you take it from just leaving the shop if you want to talk amongst yourselves before you go to the next place?
I was planning on passing out like the talismans of dispelling and the doodle rings and that kind of stuff.
Was that a question to me, or was that
Yes.
okay?
To Andy,
Yes,
yeah.
you agree.
Well, I didn't hear the question part of it. It sounded like a statement. Yeah, no, I definitely would hand out talismans at the very least.
But Gwenry had bought one herself, and then you got.
Yes. So
Did you
we
get 3 or
have.
4?
I got 3, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think that's right. So we're to have 1 each.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure on your character sheets that you just try to keep track of, especially when you get things that are consumable. Try to make sure it's on there, and then also make sure it gets taken.
Wait, are we all getting a talisman of thingy?
Oh no, it looks like I got 2.
No.
I'm pretty sure there was 3,
I thought it was 3 too.
because that's what I put down in my notes.
Alright.
I mean, I'll give you 3. It's fine.
I would say, if anything, I'll just take off another 25.
Like, I'm nice enough that I would. It's cool.
Talisman of Dispel
Alright.
Magic, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hand them out. Everyone now has 1 talisman.
Because I think Gwynry bought her own, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for the doodle ring, at least when we were going through it originally, we thought that it'd be good for the bookkeeper or librarian. Which would you say would be a better?
I mean,
Well,
Good
except we did find out that it was
he's listed as
temporary.
the archivist.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's like I remember I got those and then figured out that it's like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
I think definitely something McCarafay would.
Oh yes, no,
want
it'd
to
be
get her
good
hands
for.
on.
I'd say it could possibly be good for both of us. You for Thieves' Cant, me for Druid.
Hmm.
Cause that way, it could be we have another Druid who is traveling with us or something or other, and we don't want anyone else to figure out like which direction we headed, but I could mark it's like this way or something
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Druid.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
Here's a squirrel. Clearly, that means they went left.
But yeah, so I'll toss one of the doodle rings to McCarafay.
Now, I have a
And
question about the doodle rings. More just a
Mhm.
curiosity thing. Is it tied to the character's artistic capabilities, or is it like
hey now,
they can imagine it and it becomes
Well,
a
it
drawing?
basically turns your finger into a pen.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
What
So
Zom just
yes,
said.
it is
So
tied to their. It is
yeah, I
absolutely
think
tied to their.
I'm pretty sure the doodle ring. I don't have the. I'm bringing it up now, but I'm pretty sure you get to choose if you want it to be like
a
paint, chalk.
paintbrush.
Yeah, yeah, charcoal.
Yep.
Chalk, I think, was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Charcoal, ink, or paint.
Okay. Wait, chalk's not one of the options.
No.
Take that, magic circles. No, I'm kidding.
That's right, not allowed to use it.
What?
I said that's right, you're not allowed to use it for that.
Because they don't want you drawing something, then scraping it off and using that chalk in your ritual.
Yeah, you gotta love the spells that have the specific, like, use chalk to do this. You're like, God damn it.
Well, sleep, one of its components was just a
It's
cricket.
chalk. No, cricket.
Yeah. Like, I could use a pinch of sand or a live cricket.
Hell yeah.
Just a pocket full of
Carrying around
cricket.
You have no idea. If I'd have kept that and like really wanted to commit to it, I absolutely was going to catch a bunch of crickets and just.
I was gonna say, it's like there are majority of the spells all have like some material component to them. But it's like for Revivify, for instance, it's like that one, it's a diamond worth a certain amount. I would say with that one, it'd be more of you gotta have that to be able to use it. But other than that, when you're not keeping track of your spell components most of the time, I haven't had any dungeon masters that have been like, no, you have to make sure you have this, even though you're not keeping track of it. Or
Yeah.
you just go into a city and be like, hey, I buy spell components.
Like, for me specifically, like, if you were to use Revivify, like, 3 times in a fight, I might say something like, you are out of diamonds or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't
You only
care
get
how
to
many
use
you had
20.
until then. Yeah. Like, until then, I didn't give a crap how many you had, and it's like, okay, well, now it's a thing. And then it's like, but you just stock up, and then boom, I won't care again until you use it 3 times in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Getting to the big fight at the very end, have to use Revivify those 3 times. And
Right.
the only reason that I can restock is because we won the fight and I put down so much money on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right, if we're just heading back to Genevieve's, while we're walking back, I want to sidle up to Gwynry and be like, so, you and that Harfoot boy seem to be having a good time last night.
I'm torn between giving the rose ring to Gwynry or to Garen.
The other alternative, one, it's also something McCarafay would enjoy a lot, but also Corvin.
I don't know. It might be one of those things where you use it to give Corvin. You know what I mean? Like, here, use this. But you like doesn't. I don't know.
But hey, I want it back.
Yeah. It's like I don't think Corvin needs it over and over again.
Good night, Grandma. Yeah, no.
Hi, Grandma.
I don't think Corvin needs it. Mostly because I'm like, he's like a hair's breadth away from me throwing him.
Let's see, did we throw him already, or was that
No,
someone
no,
else?
I threw
I
a
think we
thing
threw someone
at
at
him.
him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right.
It's my
Does
go-to
Gwynry
move
have
of
anything to say
throwing.
in response?
I think Winry's just gonna smile.
Gwynry
Does
smiles
Gwynry-
and
does
sheepishly
Gwynry
kicks at a
blush?
rock.
I think Winry's probably gonna blush, but she doesn't want to like
Roll
say
a Constitution
yeah.
save.
Or would it be like
Just
dexterity or stealth to
deception.
hide it from us? Yeah.
Your deception to not look embarrassed, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Oh, right.
Oh, and
had
I
a bu-
want to also,
Yeah.
while we're on the way back, I want to talk to Janaya and say, I forgot to mention it earlier, but when I spoke to Zeranova this morning, she asked after you and said she wanted to speak to you, so I told her I would mention that to you.
She wanted to speak to me?
Yes.
Huh.
Specifically asked if you were still okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't remember this lady, but she must have seen me. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind going over and whenever.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping to talk to her anyway about finding a way to deal with Zalthea, so
Anything I can do. And you're all walking back, and when we say all walking back, that's everybody, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
So that's Silvara.
Unless
That's
someone else
with
wants to break off.
well, that's with Silvara, Corvin, and Janaea.
Hang on. Wait, no, isn't
Yes.
Corvin? I thought he was still at the place.
No, he's,
Oh,
he's
he
with
is with
us.
us? Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was verifying right now. Okay, cool. I am just quickly checking on my own what our bad people are doing
Wait a
on
minute.
the evening portion of today.
How long was it going to take for that silver shield to finish?
That's exactly what I was talking to Zom about before this.
I
Ye-
messaged
I
him the
was-
other
I
day,
just
and I was like,
pulled
oh,
up-
don't forget.
I just pulled up the list of crap and I was like, wait a minute. Hang on
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah, that's why I'm also wondering if you've hit Genevieve's yet.
Well, is it still, it's still daytime, right?
But
It's
that's
starting. It's
getting
starting to
afternoon,
turn.
evening, yeah.
Okay. So if I went to the armor smith, they would probably be closed.
I'm
But they
pretty
said they
sure
were
they
going to
said they were
deliver
going to deliver it to.
Well, except
Genevieve's.
that now that I'm flush with cash, I was going to go buy more crap.
I mean, you could.
I mean, you could look at the blacksmith. If she's at the thing again,
True.
you could just talk to her there and
True.
Yeah, because the day before she was. Was she waiting for McCarafe's performance?
yeah, she
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
see McCarafe.
And she wasn't there when Presser quit. Oh, that's kind of funny, actually.
Damn you, McCarafe, screwing me over in my quest to get more crap. In my quest
the
to
dragon menu is
immediately,
showing.
in my quest to immediately use up all of the gold that I won.
Hey, if
I
we're
mean-
going to be fighting again in the Iron Pit, save some of it, put that down. Either we die or we get really rich.
I'm gonna save
So-
Yeah.
I'm gonna save 100 of it and put it down.
Actually, just specifically for this, can Bruzzer give me a history roll?
Yeah, hang on. I got a cat on my arm.
And this is specifically for Bizarre, because I don't think Bizarre remembers. Perfect. Bruzzer remembers overhearing since he's been in Ravenswood. There is a place in town that seems to sell a lot of different things, all different types of items.
Wait, that
across,
wasn't
like,
the pawn shop?
Hang on. The reason a lot of people don't go there is because these people don't tend to give good deals out. If anything, they kind of scam people and oversell the things that they have.
Send the
It is
ones with good charisma.
yeah, and I
So
believe it was called
through.
Embervale Exchange.
the exactly the Ember Vale Exchange.
So what I'm hearing is we need someone with tremendous charisma and also who is absolutely terrifying to go scare them into being better business people.
Yeah,
Or
pretty
someone
much.
with tremendous charisma and someone who is terrifying. And tag team it.
Tag team it. Just
Two heads are better than one.
good cop, bad cop. You're bad cop, I'll be good cop. Who
Yeah,
turns
so-
into steadily worse cop.
So, just for your future days, keep in mind the Ember Vale Exchange.
Got it.
Yeah, they're definitely a 9 to 5 kind of operation, but
That's my flesh.
yeah, they're known for having a lot of exotic stuff, but like I said, they don't sell. They make harsh trades, right? Where it's like when you're playing Monopoly and you want something, the other person knows you want Boardwalk because you have Park Place, so they're gonna just charge you a shit ton. Like that's the kind
Mhm.
of vibe the Ember Vale Exchange gives.
So there.
Oh, you want this? I'm gonna chalk the price up like
Oh,
5
100%.
times.
Like I
Mhm.
want to have like 2 of your monopolies because we all know Boardwalk's worth. You know, like
Mhm.
yeah.
Fantastic. So I changed my oath at the right time to go press these guys with acts of violence.
Hell yeah. Okay, so are you guys back at Genevieve's or are you still chatting on the way?
I think
I'm
Okay,
being assaulted.
Genevieve's.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think so. I am being
Okay.
assaulted by a cat right now.
So it's a-okay. So when you get inside, you'll see there is a young girl, 2 young girls, one wearing glasses and one not. You do recognize these girls from um, the
Bathhouse.
blacksmiths.
Oh, blacksmiths.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Because I think if you recall when you went there was like a bunch of young
Yeah,
girls,
it was
all
all
like
the
blacks.
apprentices.
Yeah, they were all like trying to learn blacksmithing. Yeah, so you see there's a quiver of arrows and what looks to be like a large shield, but it's all wrapped up, so like in like a canvasy kind of thing tied with string. And the minute they see you, they're like, "That must be him," and then like nudges the other girl, and they kind of run up to you, and they're like, "Here you go, sir."
Sorry, I'm being bitten.
It's okay.
Well, thank you. Did you have any problems making it?
None too many. I mean, the my stepsister, she's the one who finished it off. She's a bit older, so I had my well, you know what? Just take a look at it, and she'll like unfurl it for you, and you're seeing like a really neat silver shield. It's got some like inlay along the edges, and a little bit of like on the back, like there's like some in the metal itself. There's like an inlay of this like blue sheen, and she kind of leans over and she's like, "Remember when we were trying to get the blue into the steel and you gave us that tip? We thought we'd show you how it worked out."
Oh, right, I do know things.
You do know things.
That's right, the rat taught me.
Hell yeah.
Look at you paying attention.
Forcing its stuff on you. I just gotta remember. It was the Willersby Forge. That is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Wait.
Um,
God, that's my
yeah.
skin cat. Sorry, he just like grabbed.
Punctuation there. It's just skin cat.
But I just love you so much.
He just straight up just put his paw right on like my bare skin and just grabbed.
Aw.
Yeah. It's like I'm gonna extend all my claws and let them retract in you.
Yep, he's okay. But what the fuck was I thought it was the armor. Oh wait, no, I guess that was a weaponsmith.
No, you went to the blacksmith. Yeah, weaponsmith.
I was gonna say zombie. They're both blacksmiths.
Where's the black?
Where's the blacksmith?
No, one of them is a whitesmith.
Racist. All right, I inspect the shield.
So yeah, it is I would say not a mastercraft kind of shield, but like it is definitely a sturdy silver shield. It still gives you like the standard +2 bonus, but since it is counted as silver, it overcomes the resistance and vulnerability such as werewolves and devils and things like that.
That's right.
It weighs about this. Pardon?
I said that's right.
Yeah. So it does weigh about the exact same as a normal shield. And I don't know if you're here. I'll just copy this over for you. I don't know if you're going to be able to find a use for this anytime soon, but once per long rest, when a fiend, undead, or lycanthrope hits you with a melee attack, you may use your reaction to force them to make a con save or be blinded until the next turn as a pulse of radiant light flashes from your shield. And I'll send you that in. And this is only for the silver shield.
Yeah.
So if you're using your other one that you picked up, you won't have this.
Yeah.
Sorry, there you are. sent you so much stuff.
You really did.
I know. That's what happens when you guys buy stuff. Okay. Yeah, you bought a lot of stuff. Everybody. Okay.
Well,
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm going to.
Oh, and just for the flavoring here, did you? And I'm ready to change this on the spot. Did you order those arrows to have silver heads or no?
I don't remember. They weren't for me.
I mean, yeah, I
But-
didn't specify. So,
Okay. How about we
I didn't know that was an option.
How about we role play it this way? When you look at the arrows, you do notice they are silver tipped, but
Mhm.
Bresrick, you notice they didn't ask for extra money for that.
I don't even remember them asking for any money.
they
Well,
said
they-
they would bill it to. So.
Yeah, they would bill it to
Okay.
this. Yeah.
I'll kind of walk up and be like, "How much do I owe you for the arrows?"
I'm pretty sure he's paying for it. And
Well, I was asking Bresrick.
oh, okay.
I don't
Yes.
know. I haven't, but I don't know. I look at the children and I
Been
say,
so long.
I literally, I don't even remember this conversation outside of I'm getting a shield.
It's been what, 3 sessions now?
It's definitely been longer, I feel like.
It's been time.
I'll crouch down and I'll say to the girls, all right, how much do I owe you?
Well, we'll just give you a discount, so I think
You're okay,
it's
puppy.
150 gold for everything.
All right.
Because I think when I looked it up, silvering a weapon is something around like 100 gold. And then technically he got the silver sword as well, so they did give you a discount.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Not that it did you any good in that fight, but
No, it didn't do shit.
That was still funny.
maybe you should have your new friend look over that silver sword.
Oh, I thought you.
Keep the hearth.
I thought you were gonna say take the crazy sword. And
Oh, that one, no.
Just
yeah.
use that from now on.
I just picture Bresrick like with his legs crossed, arms crossed, just staring at all the swords he has. He's like, "Now you listen here."
All of them are enchanted near the end
Well,
of our
and
campaign.
one of them, I got that sword from over her head, and it's just in my inventory as evil fucking sword.
Yep, that is true.
It's just there. We'll get
Yeah,
to
you've
that
got evil
eventually.
sword, you've got talking sword that no one's touched, you have silver sword, and probably your OG sword.
I didn't have a sword to begin with. I just had a
Oh, okay,
flail.
okay.
I went
Right,
from
right,
a
right.
flail to this. All right.
Cool,
Flail's great silvered weapon.
That's right. I went from basically a piece of metal on a stick to this.
Flush with cash.
That's right.
If you think of it in terms of Minecraft, isn't that all what swords are, though? Just metal on a
Shh.
stick?
You
Yep.
hush.
The main reason I say that is because I'm playing Minecraft.
Shocked. Damn it, I'm trying to do math now. Okay, there we go. All right. McCarafe, you owe me 15 gold.
I will give that to you.
All right. I've already accounted
Thank
for
you,
that
Matt.
being given to me. Because that's what that math all was just now, was me doing, I was trying to break down the entire purchase in my head. All right, I'm going to turn to the girls again, and I'm going to say, I may have another job for your master.
Oh, okay, yeah. What do you have in mind? And the other one pulls out a notepad and the little pen from the ear.
Is she able to make plate mail armor?
The two girls look at each other. What do you want it made out of?
Pure silver.
just be the gaudiest piece of shit in the entire town.
But now
in
you're the weapon.
in the softest metal possible.
I don't know.
Hey,
Looks incredible.
we-
Hey, when
Would
you
we
got
put,
artificer,
gallium in like a soft metal because it can literally just melt?
Listen, it doesn't matter.
Listen-
It's fine.
listen,
Everything's
listen. When you got your artificer cantrip, you could have taken mending.
I could have. I thought of it.
Good thing I
Yeah.
have mending.
I also have
There you go.
mending.
There you go. There you go.
What's
Just both of us over his armor, just
just
mending.
constantly keeping my armor from fucking melting off of me, practically.
Instead of casting spells like to
We're
fight
both
things,
just doing mending.
we're just focusing on mending.
You take a hit
Oh,
from the goblin's axe. There's a new dent and rend in your armor. Quick, fix the armor. I'm bleeding out, but focus on the silver armor. No, what's the cheapest metal that you have?
Oh, probably just but the cheapest.
Yes.
I mean,
A little
I think
strapped at the moment.
I think we have some copper or iron hanging around. Probably a lot more of that.
I will take a full set, including a helmet of copper armor.
Okay. And here, the new and improved Diligent DM is going to write down things that the characters actually want, so that Zom's not in charge of everything.
I have a plan.
Okay.
A plot.
Bruzrick
A scheme
has
perhaps.
ordered copper plate armor, like a whole set.
Full set. Yep.
Full set. Done. All right. So, the girls say, "Yeah. Is it okay if we send somebody over tomorrow to let you know how long that'll take?"
Yes, that is perfectly fine.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we'll let Sandra know, and yeah, she'll be happy to get so much work. It's been kind of quiet lately.
Sorry, I'm just like not. Let her know that I will pay extra if she rushes it as fast as she can.
Well, I mean, if we all help her, and yeah, we could totally get it done. We'll do all the setup, and she'll do all the hard work.
Excellent.
All right. So, order to Sandra. Rush, please. Cool. And then making a note that someone from the forge will let you know tomorrow morning.
Fantastic.
Owen wanted to run the vacuum.
Yeah, Owen.
Yeah.
Remind Mom that she still has 2 more days.
Oh, she's been cleaning obsessively.
Yeah, I figured.
I looked down the hall just before and she was wiping down the walls.
Oh God.
Amazing.
Look what you've done.
Yes, this is all your fault,
You've
Andy.
put her poor mother into a cleaning frenzy.
I never said that she had to do that.
This is
She
all
took it
your
upon
fault.
herself. All my fault.
Okay. So those girls are gonna head off into the evening, and yeah. Just a state of Genevieve's right now. There are actually quite a few patrons in. You're gonna see Giuseppe's been called in tonight, and
Damn, Giuseppe.
Alaric and Genevieve. Nobody's actually manning the bar. They are just not rushing around, but they are definitely making their way around all the tables and making sure everyone's okay, topping up drinks, bringing food out. But yeah, so you're free to do whatever. Corvin and Janaea, they're gonna just kind of like look at you guys and say, we're gonna head upstairs unless you need us for the next little bit.
Not staying to see me perform.
Oh, we'll probably hear it. And then Corvin's just not saying a word. If anything, he's like looking at the floor.
Also, their room is on the ground floor next to mine, so not upstairs.
Right. Look at you.
You can hear them.
Okay.
You'll be able to hear them when they go to Pound Town.
Yeah, I was. I think I sent that
how
to
they're
you,
gonna-
Shadow. Just learn silence so I can cast it on the next room.
So you can just cast on the room and it's soundproof now.
Amazing. But yeah, so they're gonna just go have a quiet moment to themselves. But if you need them, that's where they will be.
Should you need us?
I will say to them, after this, I think we should all get together. I'll ask Genevieve if we can borrow the dining room again and try to come up with a plan. So
Everybody get
if
the
you don't,
fuck
if we don't
out.
see you, if you're not out before, then come knock on your door.
I'm gonna quickly pause. I just have to go get my dog. Just 1 second.
Okay.
She's freaking out. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
I'm coming, pupper.
I cast Mage Hand. To do what? I don't know, but
To pat the dog.
that's right. Soup, I swear to God.
Add an entry for our campaign on r/ can you pet the dog?
That's right.
Oh. Okay, my focus is no longer split from a dog freaking out. Okay.
Welcome back.
Okay. So, now that you're all back, what do you want to do?
Do Alaric and Genevieve look busy, or do they look like they could take a moment?
They are busy, but if anyone could take a moment, it would definitely be Genevieve.
Okay. Because I wanted to have a chat to both of them.
Mhm.
So I think I'll wait until after.
Sure.
For that, yeah.
Just to keep me honest and remind me, did you set up for people to come tonight? Was it like Alia and Althea, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And I
Okay,
think
sure.
I invited Sarah over.
Yeah.
Well, to come see me perform at least.
Okay. So, what are we doing now?
If no one else has anything, I would probably tap Alaric on the shoulder and be like, "Is it a good time for me?"
Yeah, so he'll do one of those things that he doesn't realize it's you at first. So he kind of like rushes by you and does something at the bar, and then you say what you say, and then he goes, "Yeah, I mean, now's a oh, hey. Yeah, actually, do you need anything special or anything? I can get it's already kind of set up for you from last time. It's been cleaned up. Is there anything else you need? And any he's just flustered.
If you could get me a glass of water, that would be greatly appreciated.
Not a problem. And he just like runs into the back, and yeah, he'll eventually retrieve some water for you.
Yeah, okay. And when he hands the glass to me, I want to pass him a little note.
Oh, okay.
It says in Elven, "You played those buckets like a pro."
So yeah, you can see in real time as like the shade of his skin just kind of crimson a bit, and then he kind of does that thing where you know, like in an anime they close their eyes and kind of smile like, "Thanks, McCarthy." But yeah, he's and then he oh, you know what? I'll make a roll for this. Does he say this? Nope, never mind. He just looks
Accidentally
kind of
slips out.
he kind of looks really sheepish, and he just goes, "You're gonna do great." Oh, yep. They need me over there, and he just runs off.
Alright. I guess I will do the thing.
Okay, so let's see. In the audience, you're gonna notice, and you hadn't noticed this maybe the first night you performed, but there are some in attendance who are actually sporting armbands, and you would recognize these armbands as Nyx's crew.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to name all 20 unique crew members, but
No, I
you gave me the
demand
list,
it.
so I do have it.
I demand a complete, detailed description of every single one.
God damn it. Next session, I'm
Next
like, all
session
right,
is
who do you want to know about?
just that.
Yeah, so you do notice quite a few of these, maybe we'll say maybe like 4 or 5 out of the crew of 20.
Yeah.
Nyx himself is not there, but yeah, you'll see some of the faces you noticed before, but they're not armed to the teeth like they were before.
Just armed to the butthole.
I actually, where's my list? I can't find my list. Oh, that's so sad. Never mind, found the list. They did have names.
You named them
You know,
all based on different
I
colours.
did name them all. I love this. Okay, sorry. Okay, you know what? Just for fun, the people who are there are going to be Krim, Sage, Azure, Esmeralda, and Rose. Will I remember those 5? Not at all.
Will I remember
rolled
those
a
5? Not at all.
You'll remember Krim. That's it. Because Krim's pretty cool.
Did you say Esmeralda was one of them?
Esmeralda, yeah.
I've got 3.
It was it was Krim, Sage, Azure, Azure,
Yeah.
Esmeralda, and Rose.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so yeah, you kill it with a 25 performance there. How many songs were you thinking of doing?
Not enough to fill like 45 minutes.
Okay. Why don't you give me 2 more performance checks? But what did you roll to get 25? 16? Jesus. Okay.
I
Yeah,
forgot that you're at +9.
Yeah.
it's nuts, right?
Because that's not excessive at all.
That's like,
Well, when you're a
That's-
bard,
yeah, because that's what double
Yeah. So I've got
proficiency.
expertise
Yeah.
in persuasion and performance. So it's double proficiency plus my charisma.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, give me 2 more. That 17 is like your worst roll is insane. Yeah. So you totally are gonna do a good job. Everyone's into it. Actually, which one of Nyx's crew is gonna be? We're gonna say Esmeralda is really into this. Like she's that person who goes above and beyond and like gets out of the chair and starts like dancing, you know, like while everyone's just like really enjoying it, you know, but she's like really into it. So at the end, Alaric's gonna do, I think he was the one who collected money for you last time.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna say you got like 35 gold from like the 25 people maybe in here.
Wait. That'll take me to 30, 67 total. I can do maths, it's fine.
You're gonna have a couple people come up to you, just like all just kind of saying how great you are, and Esmeralda's like, she wants to get to you first, but she's like letting everyone get by, and she's just like eager to speak to you, like total fangirl.
Oh, what? I'll, talk to everyone and be like, oh, thank you, and I'll be here at least for until the end of the week, so.
You hear like from like 5 people back, you're here a whole week? That's crazy.
Old Coot, is that you?
No. Yeah, so Esmeralda's so excited, she like goes off to tell the rest of the crew, who's just kind of sitting there, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's here, we gotta totally come back, like,
Or
what about tomorrow?
Once I get to her, I'll be like, you're Nyx's crew, right?
How'd you know?
I'll just point to the little armband.
She does a thing where she like looks at her shoulder as it's not a part of her, and she's like, oh yeah, well, that means you know where we're working, so how many times have you been down? I don't think I've seen you. Oh, just once.
I heard tell that there was need of some variety in terms of the musical performances, so I have offered my services. So you might see me some more.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, we all love Renette. She is great and all, but I mean, not too many bards make what?
I said, oh, the butt. Just the shade, it sounds like, is about to come. I didn't say that in character.
No. So she's like, yeah, Renette's great, but when you just have one bard for like the last like few months, I mean, not that she's running out of songs or anything, but it really is good to have variety. And she really only plays 2 instruments, not saying nothing, but you know. But the little kobold guy she's with, love him. Doesn't say much. Love him though.
I have yet to meet him.
Oh,
I haven't
he's
really
great.
spoken to Renette yet either, just exchanged.
She's pretty much the only bard around lately, till you came along.
I'm glad I can bring some apparently much needed variety.
Yeah, I hear like you have a huge repertoire of songs. Is that true?
Yeah, I've got a few, and I'll just I have like my songbook on my hip, and it's just thick and full of like loose pages.
She looks at it, she kind of does that fangirl squee, like, ooh, awesome, can't wait. We're gonna go though. We have like a team meeting to attend, so, but we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow.
See you then.
Yeah. So yeah, you see the group of them go. They all kind of wave at you after she comes back to them, and then they just head out and leave. Okay. So performance over.
Yeah. So then I would just go to Genevieve and Alaric and be like, "Do you guys have a moment?"
Yeah. You hear Alaric say, "Giuseppe, you're okay to clean up on your own for the next half hour or so?" And he's like, "Not the problem."
Fucking Giuseppe.
What a disappointment. Yeah. So, yeah, she takes you over to like the private dining room area. It could probably seat like 12 medium humanoids, basically big table, like one window, but she draws the curtains closed.
Yeah.
She shuts the door, so it's. Oh wait, do you want to get Janaea and Corvin for this?
No, I wanted to just update
Sure.
Genevieve
Okay.
and Alaric on what we know, and just kind of be like, yeah, this is what we learned. This is what's
Yeah.
happening.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't freak out when you see Corvin.
Yeah. Montage. Yeah.
And just kind of be like, and hopefully it doesn't bring you too much risk us staying here.
She looks at you. She's like, if I was worried about risk, I wouldn't have let you in the first place.
To be fair, we did just kind of show up randomly.
Yeah.
Oh, also, this is an approximate. Oop, clicked on the wrong thing here. Where is our Shadows of Redemption? Here is a general look of what. This isn't exact, but this is as close as I could get. This is a general look of how Janaea looked like when you guys rescued her. Just like outfit and appearance. And if you recall, she once she was to her senses, saw what she was wearing, she's like, I need to get some new clothes. Okay. Alright, so Genevieve, Alaric are now updated and filled in. So next step, would it be
Then I'll just kind of.
Yeah.
Can I just like look at? I imagine McAfee has a pocket watch because, of course, she does.
Sure, you can have some trinkets.
Kind of just looks at it and goes, "Oh, I was hoping a Serenova would show up tonight, but that's fine. I'll talk to her tomorrow." We good to use the dining room again?
Absolutely, dear.
Wonderful, thank you very much. And I'll kind of gather the others up if anyone's.
Yeah, so we're gonna say Alia and Althea show up, and just want to make sure I have something right here. Do I have a thing for you? I think I do. It's just Google Docs. Good old Google flippin' Docs. Here we go. Okay. Accompanying Alia and Althea is a. Just want to make sure I have his description here. Is a man wearing a helmet that completely obscures his face. You can see the armor. He's not wearing like one of the. Is it called a jerkin that connects like between the neck and the armor itself, or whatever? Whatever that piece of armor.
That's not a jerkin. That's
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So.
gonna bug me.
Yeah, it's bugging me too. So normally he'd be wearing something like that. If
Still
you were,
coat.
yeah, probably. He'd be wearing that if it was in battle, but he's not. But he's still wearing the helmet. But you can see like a pretty big scar on his, like going down his neck. Not obviously not self-inflicted. And he is, well, I guess you can't tell with the helmet on. But he has like a Caucasian-ish skin tone. But he is fully armored. And he's wearing plate armor, if that matters. And he's accompanying them, and they introduce him as Kael, Kael, Kael Sunstrike. He is a paladin in their order. The last one you had not met.
3 random, or 3 paladins in one order.
Alright, so if
Shit,
everyone's
son of a
kind
bitch. Sorry.
if everyone's kind of in the dining room, I'll kind of just come in with a stack of blank paper and some pencils and just be like, everyone, write down everything you know. Everything you've learnt so far.
Montage.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun,
And I'll
dun,
give
dun.
them, like, anything you can tell us about Zelthea, Necros, Lunage, any details where they might be, where they're staying if you know that.
Just for whatever. Why doesn't everybody roll me history with advantage? And everyone gets advantage because so many of you are trying to attempt this together.
There it is.
Holy crap, guys!
With advantage.
The
So-
advantage
Came in
saved it.
clutch,
Oh my
thank God. You're welcome, everybody.
All right, so to montage off your scores, Gwynry is having some trouble remembering some things, but is able to actually drop a bunch of vital information some people have forgotten about the bathhouse. Probably because she may have been under a charm or something, but there were certain aspects that she remembered that others didn't. And then we'd go on to Cree, who Cree gives some details about the pit, especially being down in the arena itself, and remembering certain aspects and things. And Macarafe remembers a lot of what people said and the directions of where people were going. And then Berserk, do you want to? What would your 21 get you? I don't know here. How would you?
I lick the tip.
Help.
I do that thing, you know, where you like lick the tip of the quill or whatever, like, and then just start just writing like mad. An
You see math
insanely detailed, an insanely detailed account of everything that he's done since he's reached this town. No, actually, no. Going back further, since he met Cree, because that was the start of it
There you
all.
go. There you go. Now I'll use this as a meta point. Are there any questions you want to ask me that you think you would have known or picked up upon during the last 8 sessions? I'll try to remind you of anything. They-
I would want to ask
Mhm.
me as zombie ask Bizarre, when I was going back through the notes, I found that when you were looking at the ring, you noticed that it seemed to share a language with the music box.
Yes, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Would you have
Would I have shared
shared
that?
Like, would that be something you wrote down now and shared with the group?
With a 21, why not? No, I'm kidding.
Probably not.
Da, da, da.
Just because we don't know enough about it to begin with. That he's still in, you know, he's still in protect my companions mode, and so he doesn't want you to Macarafe specifically to worry more than she already is.
She's already got some theories about what's going on,
Well,
so
all he has is mage hand. He can't read minds. He says
yeah,
quite
whatever.
pointed. I say quite pointedly.
Just come there.
While everyone's writing down, because Macarafe is a meticulous journaler, she's already written down everything. She'll write it down at the end of the day, or take breaks during the day. So I will get the doodle ring and just like draw up a conspiracy board on the wall and just link all
Nice.
the things together.
What does Genevieve say when she sees
Yeah,
Michaela
I was just
drawing
I
on
was
the
just
wall?
picturing her being like, "Oh, my sweet girl, what are you doing?"
Just,
I'll
but
draw
I
a
need it to be
quick,
like
love
really,
heart and be like, don't worry, it rubs off really easy.
really shitty like
And just
ink
scrub
where
it
it's
off.
just like splotching.
She doesn't fully believe you, but she sits down instead of like
But-
going to go get something to clean it.
Yeah, no, I'll just scrub it off in front of her so she can see that it comes off very easily.
She'll be like,
Like a fucking dry erase board.
Yeah.
Wipes with your hand.
yeah, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you folks and your crazy magic." All right.
I didn't realize they were still in here.
Do you want them to go?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Wait, I need to
Hey,
test a theory. One of you
What-
let me
what?
borrow your doodle thing, doodle ring.
I toss mine to you.
I cast Mage Hand. I put the doodle ring on the Mage Hand.
Hell yeah.
I have it assist Macarafe in the writing process.
Oh my god. It's
Nice.
beautiful. Well, there's 2 doodle rings, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep, perfect. This is all about efficiency.
Gwynry, can you give me an intelligence roll? Just a straight up intelligence roll? Okay,
Oh, wow.
never mind.
Nah.
Ouch.
Well, okay.
Too busy thinking about Garen.
Yeah, there you go.
There we
Did-
go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Garen just walked in.
Yeah, we cut to the outside of Genevieve's, and he's like rapping on the door, and Giuseppe's like, "Oh, sorry, it's too late. The bard, she gone," and then Garen's just like, "I wasn't here for the bard," and then sullenly walks home.
Oh. I love him so
Damn,
much.
that hurt more to roleplay than it should. It's too real. Okay.
Mage Hand goes outside and plays a violin for him as he's walking down the street.
Single-handed violin.
That's right.
Yeah, the world's
The world's
tiniest.
tiniest violin.
Okay. Back to the war room.
So I'll kind of be looking over everything, and I'll take a step back. And kind of, I'll turn to Brosrick and be, do you remember the wording I used when I told you what it felt like when I took the ring off?
I'm just gonna ride that 21 and say yes.
Yep. Yeah, of course he does.
Of course. I wrote it down here in my notes somewhere.
Of course he remembers, but why don't you just
Yeah,
tell
why
us?
don't you
Yeah.
remind me?
That I had the feeling of something, a shadow, following me.
Dun, dun, dun.
If Necros is... I'm assuming you've told us about Necros, what Zeolu told you.
Yeah.
If he's, the god of shadows and Necros is wielding the power of shadows.
Good thing I have this shield that blinds people.
I really can't wait till your next fight. You all got so much more powerful.
I'm just gonna dual wield shields. Just beat things into the ground.
The rising of Shield Hero.
That's right.
No, yeah, I'll kind of sit down at the table and just kind of be like, the ring with the shadows, and Necros said he was bringing a friend. And remember in that shared dream we had when we heard the voice of Glenn that said he was coming to Ravenswood? What if they are connected?
Now, you guys are all discussing this in like around the table, right?
Yeah.
Kale is gonna speak up and say, "I'm new here, but this dream you had, how can you be sure it was actually Blen Mildmore? A dream is a dream. Couldn't have been anyone."
I mean, we say dream. I don't know if it exactly was a dream because that's how we got Silvara. We freed her from.
We did
the
get a
stone.
small fairy.
Yeah, like there were.
Well, all
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is, in dreams, things can mean other things, but if you're saying it was as real as we are here now, I don't know. Is there any chance it could have been something else looking like Blen?
Didn't
Could be worse.
say, just heard.
It could be a demon.
I prefer a demon to my ex-husband.
Brozark, you're gonna get the paladinic sense that he might be a vengeance paladin.
I'm shocked. Can you hear the shock in my voice?
Yeah, because
Could
like
I just-
you
yeah,
you can tell he's kind of getting ramped up as he's talking
Wait
about
a
like
minute. Oh God, he's the antithesis to me.
No, he's not. What are you talking about? You're crazy.
God, I'm gonna kill this man by the end of this.
It's not like I threw
all
a
to
foil in
save
here for you.
all to save a life.
All to save a life.
As I say, like, you know, my ex-husband, can I
Is a
just like
demon.
quickly glance around the room and be like, I didn't make sure that Alaric and Genevieve had gone before I said that. Are they still here?
We'll say Genevieve is, and Alaric went off to like go get refreshments, and she's just kind of like soaking all this information in. She's doing that thing where her hands are grasped in front of her, and she's just,
Yeah, I guess I kind of just look at her and be like, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm the ex-wife of Blaine Mildmore, you know, the one who went missing 6 months ago.
You know, just a noble of that other town.
Former noble.
Right.
He'll be
For some
formerly
reason.
alive when I'm through with him.
Hell yeah.
If McArafay does not get the killing blow on him, she will have words with you.
Listen, I'm all about collateral damage at this point. I have very little control over what happens from here on out.
Okay. Let's
I think my disguise would run out.
Just
Would have
turn
run
into a purple lady in the middle.
middle.
In the middle of us having this like beautiful mind moment.
Like, yeah, I don't know if she'd be thinking about the disguise kind of thing, and just in the middle of doing all of this, if her disguise
Now, does your
ran
disguise
out.
start to just like gradually run out, or is it just like gone?
I think it would dissolve.
Okay.
All right,
Slowly.
so just slowly.
So
Yeah,
at the,
Turn
at the
purple.
first sight of purple, my mage hand pokes you in the back of the head.
like you know one of those things where it's like it's a minute to midnight, and like at midnight the magic will wear off kind of thing, so it's like slowly like starting to like go away, like traveling
I
up
think-
her arm, kind of starting all
If the mage hand pokes me, kind of, I'll kind of look at my hand and be like, oh, and then kind of look around and be like, oh, I've just told Genevieve, it's not like, and just assume that Alaric's not coming back, and I'll just let it
Oh.
drop.
Oh, he'll be back. But not
Then yeah,
Wait.
just
But Paladin,
yet.
so
Yeah,
he's already been filled in.
the worst
I
paladin to
assume.
do this in front of.
Kale's not expecting it. Kale's just, and Alia puts a hand on him and just goes, like, nods, and he's settles back.
My hand was on the hilt of my sword.
Alaric, you notice Althea is like everything that Riordan is not. like she's using, like, just observing her in this kind of situation, the way she's like treating Kale and Alia. It's like, how can this person ever have been related to Riordan?
I'm guessing I wouldn't I'd see people reacting to
Yeah,
Kale.
yeah. Kale's like,
Would I?
like, he's been informed, but he's like, maybe he's got a history.
Or maybe he's just a
I'm just gonna give him a
bastard.
bit of a side eye.
Why don't you give
Just-
me why don't you give me an insight roll?
All right.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have a thing for, like, against drows, but like he's not acting on it or anything. He's more composed of a person than to attack on sight or anything.
Yeah, I'll just kind of look at him and be like, only half. Don't worry.
He just kind of like looks to the side, just very broody.
Just like, and when
Okay.
has that ever mattered to racists?
All right.
Just quietly under her breath. This is why
Right.
I keep the disguise up sometimes.
So what's our? Did we finish the topic we were dealing with, or are we moving on?
Yeah, I think there are a few things I wanted to do. I wanted to do, kind of after we've all kind of gone over everything, I want to go to Janaea and Silvara and be like, would either of you still like me to use check thoughts and see if we can find anything through that?
Before that, we're gonna have
Yeah.
Alaric come back in.
Okay.
And he's putting out water for everyone, and he goes to hand you one in person and looks up and makes like that direct eye contact with you, and you have a moment where you're not exactly sure how he's gonna react, and he kind of
Can I just go surprise?
yeah, go ahead, and then and he just kind of tilts his head and smiles, and his eyes kind of soften and goes, "Hey, you." It's the most
Hey.
it's the most confident you've ever seen him, but he's being genuine.
Mage hand,
Yeah,
slap
yeah.
that man.
Can I just want to do like a bow and just be like, welcome to the apparently ever expanding club of people who have seen my real face.
It's like you're the Flash, and you're just like telling people that you're the Flash.
But
It's like, yeah, it's like a club that grows.
But you're not played by a monster.
No,
Well,
I like
which
the.
Flash are we talking
I was gonna
about?
say I like Grant Gustin. We're not talking about the other one.
I was to say, it's like, are we talking movie? Or are we talking TV show?
Yo, TV show Flash was pretty great. I mean, the show not all the way through was great, but like the actor playing Flash, he was great.
Gonna say it's like, to be fair, we're talking about how the actor for the Flash and the Marvel and the DC universe is just kind of a not good person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Alaric's in. So let's recap everyone who's in this room right now. We have Alaric, we have Genevieve, we have Kale, Alia, Althea, Silvara. You guys, did I say Janaea?
Yes.
Corvin?
You
Okay.
hadn't said them yet, but yeah.
You
Oh,
hadn't
I
said
thought-
them, but I mean, yeah.
Implied.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna say before you get to what you were about to say, Zom, Silvara's gonna
Yeah.
say. So, what is our plan for the end of this week?
Don't die.
Get as many people on our side as we can and try to thwart their plans as much as we can before that. If we can take them out before the end of the week, or, some of them.
Corvin's gonna speak up and based off what everyone. Sorry, he's not talking yet, but based off what the montage of information, Corvin's gonna say, Lune is most likely hiding out on the outskirts of town. I mean, I wasn't there for the fight or whatever, but she's done this before. She angered Necros, and she needed like a day to cool down. We found her like deep in one of the districts, like the lumber area, and she had killed a guy and just kind of taken up his house.
Lovely.
So, yeah, well, yeah, that was about 2 weeks ago. I don't even know if they found the body, to be honest. And then Janaea looks at him. It's like, I'm sorry. And she just goes, I know. Clearly, their talk has allowed a lot of things to kind of slide.
Yeah.
Between,
Can I
bet-
just look at Corvin and be like, you can't hold yourself solely responsible for the things that you did while under threat of harm to you or your loved ones. People will do all sorts of things that they wouldn't otherwise when something they care deeply about or their life is at risk. And yes,
Yeah.
it was you that did those things, but it wasn't because you wanted to, it was because you felt like you had.
Yeah, he takes a moment to himself. Like there's a moment of silence, and then he looks back up and he says, "I don't mind going out tonight looking for Lune. I won't engage her, but I don't mind scouting out tonight."
You find her and you report immediately back to me. Give me details of where she's at, what she's doing, who she's with, anything of that nature.
I'm going back to that doc where I said I was going to promise to make notes. Corvin will search outer walls for Lune tonight, which is day 1 night. Cool. I'm also hinting to all players here. You can put in any ideas of where you think to move your chess pieces around a little bit. You obviously still role-play in character, but you do have Alia, Kale, and Althea, so you have 3 pretty powerful paladins, Alia being more of a healer. And then Silvara still powerless, but definitely an extra set of eyes or ears in a place. Janaea and Corvin both actually pretty capable of themselves, but Janaea currently doesn't have equipment, something she will probably be getting tomorrow. So it's probably best to have Janaea stay back tonight. But that's just the DM imparting whatever, any plans you have. Totally go ahead, get them out now is probably the best time.
Yeah. So I think having someone try and figure out where she is, not a bad idea. Would you feel better if you weren't alone on that?
Corvin kind of looks cocky for a moment, like gets that like cocky smile. He's like, well, without having to manipulate my energies or whatever, I have ways of helping myself out. But I do understand if you do want someone to accompany me.
I say Althea goes with him.
That's actually a good pairing. All right, so
I want someone.
does everyone agree with this?
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say because if it was going to be like a stealth check thing, I've got decent stealth. So
I mean, you can insert yourself. You
yeah, I
so
would
you
say
guys
if-
still have
yeah.
tonight to like go out and do one more thing, even if it's just like I want to go see if this is a thing, and it's like, nope, nothing's there. Like, you still have a chance to do
No,
something.
I wanted to kill the Minotaur tonight.
You wanted to do that tonight?
I am so
'Cause I
ready
was
to
gonna-
deal with her.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I was hoping that Zeranova would have shown up tonight so that she could be included on this. But I
Just for you, Zom,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
D100 rolls are if Zeranova was going to show up.
I figured as much.
She failed.
So-
She failed the threshold 3 times.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna roleplay why that didn't happen the next time you see her.
With Zelda
Probably
again.
not. Yeah, probably not what you want, but we'll see.
Oh, no.
All right, so yeah,
Although,
See,
no,
the,
but-
the sooner we kill this Minotaur.
No, but bizarre. I'm not opposed to you going to the bathhouse to see if she's there. If you want to start something.
If I want to start
You might not
something.
be you might not be able to convince anyone else to go with you, but I'll give you that Kale might join you.
Great.
I'm
the
torn
murderous
'cause now it's like,
psychopath coming with me. To be
As
fair,
the one
on a
whose whole
mission
thing
who's
is-
going to murder.
Seriously.
I am preemptively striking. There's a difference. He's a vengeance oath. That is not something I want around.
That's fine.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying.
I
Just saying.
mean,
If you're looking for allies,
I'll kind of say, I was thinking we could kind of try and plan this out so that we can know what we're doing, that kind of thing. But if you're set on,
Like, have tonight be more of a recon night.
because you get information whether she's there or not, right?
Mm.
Because Zalthea mostly spends her time there, but you know she doesn't spend every night there.
yeah,
True.
yeah, I'm kind of torn because I was thinking I wanted to go see if I could get any more information out of Todd and potentially head down to the Iron Pit,
Goddamn.
see if I
Todd.
can get any info from Nyx or Frenette or, you know, anyone that might be down at the moment to see what I can glean.
Right.
But
Can
I would
shrink
also
this
like
photo?
to know that Zeranova is okay.
That's fine. I get it.
So I'm a bit torn on what I want to do now.
It's almost as if it's a very difficult decision.
I'll just kind of put that to the group and just if anyone has any input.
Group? What say you?
I'm mulling it over.
We don't want to
it-
spread ourselves too thin. Like the party too thin. If
Yeah.
most of the rest of our group is focusing strictly on info gathering, then maybe jumping into a possible fight wouldn't be the best option, but the more people we have in said fight, the probably better our chances.
I thought we were drugging her.
Well, that's what I was thinking, is that we could try get the potion of sleep into her. And that's why I was hoping to talk to Zeranova, because I was thinking, potentially, if we were to... It would be a lot less suspicious if the drink came from, you know, the hourglass, from the staff, rather than us going in with like a bottle or whatever that we've spiked. It would put us at much less risk.
No, then I was absolutely prepared to bribe people.
Yeah, I mean, would would Garen still be there? Maybe we could.
Gwynry, go hit on
Yeah.
Garen.
Convince Garen to
I mean,
like a
With
drink.
a
for
potion
us.
into some.
If he's still
He-
there though, like
He's
asking
not.
what-
He's not working tonight. He came to
No,
visit.
yeah.
He came to
Son
see
of a
you. He just
bitch.
came
Yeah.
too late.
Tried to come and see me, but he wasn't let in.
I mean, yeah, if we could
He came too late.
convince someone to slip her the wine and then take care of her.
I don't think it'd be hard to convince her to drink wine.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought process. I mean, she was interested in myself and Cree. If we can catch her while her guard's down.
Oh yeah, I kind of came up with a picture of Zalthea. Hold on, see if I can find it.
And then I come in and lop her head off.
Yeah. And
we
then,
want
And
them-
then
I
dissolve the
do-
body with acid.
Do
then I
do
do
I? s-
damage control with Zeranova.
Do you guys want the risque photo of Zalthea?
The silence as people mull this over.
Here, I'll just drop it here. It's fine.
Mark it as a spoiler in case someone doesn't want to see it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna put it in the actual. It's just put it in the Discord there. Okay. All right. Okay. So
So what's the
Love how
plan?
you call that risque, but okay.
it's risque for ChatGPT because it won't do anything else.
Okay.
Not that I tried.
Very you
Never. Never. Actually, Zalthea doesn't need to be on this screen.
Yeah, so what's... You're going to the hourglass. Pointed Bresrick. And I'll kind of look to Cree and be like, do we want to try and... Like, are you willing to be bait, basically?
As long as I have backup.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
well,
you...
so wait,
Bresrick's still got
Bresrick.
the peephole. So
Fucking peephole that I drilled in.
he can be,
Alright.
if we end up in the room with her, he can be keeping an eye on her, and I can try and keep things calm until she's drunk the wine that we've spiked,
Plus, I
if
have
you're comfortable with that.
a wacky idea.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you right now. If it comes to it, if it comes to it, I will use it. But oh, hi
I
Marie.
love not knowing
Sorry,
what's happening.
it's a backup plan in case things go south. Don't worry, it's not even like that great of a plan. It's just to keep y'all from getting hurt.
I will. It just McCarafay is hesitation toward to say trust. Say the word trust.
Oh, I wasn't saying this out loud as a character.
yeah.
This was
Oh,
not.
okay.
This was
Sorry,
just me making a. This was just me.
Okay, yep. I thought it was in character.
No, this was not in character.
Okay, cool. So then I'll kind of look to Gwynry and be like, what were you thinking? Did you want to... If Althea's going to go with Corvin and the four of us are going to the baths, Janaea, you could come with us and speak to Zeranova if you want. Or
Hi,
we could do
Marie.
that
I
another time.
apologize.
And I'll,
I was
can I
really
look at her and just be
focused on
like,
what's
do you
going
want to
on
borrow
right
my
now.
coat? You don't look comfortable in that.
But we're
Yeah.
doing Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
Yeah, no, I'll grab my coat. out
These
my
are
bag
some of
and
my
give it to her.
friends. I apologize for not noticing
very
that
grateful.
you were here right away. I was just in the
Stifles a
in the
sneeze.
moment.
Yeah, if you want to come with us,
Okay.
someone
Sorry.
definitely needs to stay with Silvara.
So hold on. For my, I'm being better about this. For my notes, who's gonna go? Bresrick, McCarrick, Cree, Gwynry.
Or was Gwyn, fuck me, you chose a very hard to say name.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if Gwynry would
Mhm.
come with us, or if she would... who's coming with us?
Gwynry would probably come along. Because Gwynry's been very distracted tonight. So... she's
So-
just sort of
She's
agreeing,
Thinking of
like...
what's
Yeah,
his
she's a
face
bit
the whole time.
distracted. That and like by the braces on her like wrists as
There we
well.
go.
So
New sensory experience.
yes, so yeah.
Just picture Gwynry that's just being like trying to get a finger underneath, and it's just not
yeah.
giving. It's like,
Oh,
what the
and,
hell?
and can I suggest that we all try out our new things? Like, I'm guessing kind of like I would have gone, I got this from Corbus and it seems pretty cool. And will
I
anyone
got the
let me
sword. It's
stab
pretty
them?
cool.
Look what I can do with
Twirling
these.
your hair with the sword. It's pretty cool. I don't know.
Will anyone let me stab them? I want to see what it does.
Might be a little difficult for me to try out my thing, but yeah.
Become a
I
zombie
mean,
man.
outside probably.
In the
But
middle
yeah,
of a
I'll-
populated city.
well, outside and area, space, that kind of thing. But I'll look to Brosrick and be like, have you tried the orb thing yet?
Not yet, but I have had something I've been wanting to check with it.
Because I've had a thought, and I'll just pull out my lyre, take one of the strings off, and hand it to you. I want to know what it sounds like.
Well, hang on. I want to check this thing before I have to commit this ball to, like...
Yeah, I think he has to like let it go for an hour
Yeah.
or something
For
like
a
that.
lyre string?
No, wait, that would be the small category. I forget.
I don't
Might
remember
be-
what that was. It's...
Where is it? Where's my thing? Items. All these items that aren't in the game yet. Why do I do this to myself? Crucible.
1 hour.
Yeah. It's still an hour.
Yeah.
It's so that's not overpowered.
Okay, yeah.
But he can set it to go on its own, but he'll lose the bonuses it does give if it's not with him.
I mean, if it's just a lyre string, I'm sure you could just put it in your bag with the string. But,
Yeah,
it's
actually,
just-
probably.
Yeah.
But it has like some activatable abilities he won't be able to do if it's doing that.
Okay, yeah. And just, it's just a thought.
It's a really cool
Do it later.
like floating orb he has.
I'm going to pull out the forge and also pull out the trademark evil fucking sword. Carefully pulling it out.
I was gonna say, are you touching it with your skin?
No, I always wear
and
armor.
with-
We all know this.
Yes.
Yeah. And just putting it out there so I don't forget, I still wanted to do the detect thoughts on Janaea and Savara.
We'll have
Continue.
that all
Yeah.
set up before we go. Yeah.
I carefully place the sword on the table away from anybody.
Can I
And
just do a quick check on it before you do anything to it? Like, not touching it, but just kind of...
I mean, you can,
And,
but
like-
you don't really need to for what I'm about to do.
Yeah, but I want to know what it does now.
Why don't you touch it?
I'm not doing anything
I'm not-
to it. I'm not changing it in any
okay,
way.
but because it was enchanted to hover above Janae's head. So was there an enchant? Because he cast a spell on it before he left.
Can you just let me do my thing?
But I want to know what it does before you do anything to it.
I'm not doing anything to it. I'm scanning it.
Okay.
Because the
Yeah,
thing
his-
can scan it and tell us everything.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
scan it?
All right, so you let your little orb kind of out. It starts like hovering in the air, and it like turns. Imagine it has like a symbol, kind of that would be its like camera if it had one. And it turns to you and looks. It's like, yes, sir. How may I be of assistance?
Please,
As it's like hovering.
please scan this sword and tell me anything about it that would make it special. Enchantments, any curses, anything like that.
Ah, excellent. Would you also like to alchemize?
No.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. And it flies like over the sword's on the table, right?
Yes.
Well, you're all fucked. The table's cursed. No, I'm kidding.
God, the table's alive. Kill it.
So yeah, it hovers over, and everyone's kind of taken it. Like all the non-players are a little like, "Whoa, what the hell's that?"
Shut the fuck up! A giant rat gave it to me.
And
Actually, I don't think anybody else has seen it. Period.
exactly, yeah. So, you see like these now you guys as players will know how to visualize this, but everyone's freaking the fuck out when like little lasers kind of come out and kind of scan it, as it's like identifying, so it's like quantifying
Alaric
its
and
shape.
Genevieve still
Oh,
there?
everyone's freaking the
Okay,
fuck out.
All right.
like-
Okay.
I'm just
Like,
staring at it,
fascinated.
absolute apathy, just completely dead-eyed.
I'm fascinated and watching it very closely.
Yeah, so it's scanning, and like you notice as it scans, it's now. I think Brozark has seen the scan once before, right?
Yes, yeah, Zeolu did it.
So something is different now that it's scanning this particular weapon. As it's scanning over it, the little lasers that would identify like what it is are staying on the blade itself, as if there's an invisible force around it that these lasers can't penetrate, but the lasers aren't going away as the thing goes across. And it's like, analysis complete.
No fucking clue.
God sword identified.
Excuse me?
Skirth.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Ah,
you're right.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, cool.
I am unfortunately unable to tell you more about this sword. I would recommend not picking it up.
Ever again.
Right.
Is it worth also taking that to Maritha and seeing if she can do anything, if she can pick up on anything else, or get rid of whatever spell is on it?
I feel
Or-
like if it's a god sword,
Yeah.
she's
How much
probably
are we
gonna
going
be
to tell her?
pretty. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like also this being like the asshole god, probably not something we should just give to somebody, even if she knows what it is. Like,
Yeah, I'll look to Genevieve and just be like, do you have anywhere that we can keep this? That we can, like, lock it and no one will get in?
a safe that I can throw into the bottom of a lake.
Genevieve ponders. She says, "I have a safe, but it's not that big. You could go to the river and, I don't know, bury it there."
We don't want anyone finding it.
Yeah, that was more of a joke. I look at the
It went over her
forge,
head.
right? I look at the forge and I say, "Can you at least tell me if I can break it?"
It scans you, potentially with Zeolu's edge. Scans the room. The ash song has the little lasers around it as if it has an invisible thing, and it goes over, just hovers in front. This might be able to do it as well. And Kree completely stays with the like little laseries and says, "This creature would also be able to destroy it in one form or another." And then it goes over to Gwynry. Same thing with
So
the bracers.
Our bones.
The bracers, this might be able to destroy it.
Hey, Gwynry, come over and break this thing.
Can I just smash it with the pommel of the ash song? Just
You could try.
or or do I have any idea of if there is?
If anyone had any idea, it would be Gwynry who could give a check based on like where she kind of grew up. She might have some sort of insight on this weapon.
If she's going to do a check, I will give her a bardic.
Sure.
Okay.
So it's a D8 now.
God damn, D8?
Yeah.
Dang.
More like a
All right.
damn 8.
What would be? Let's do an Arcana check. But I'll give you advantage based off your like dwarven background and the houses in the under the mountain, with your like history and background.
Just don't touch it.
Of course.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
you can
glad-
have a D8 back.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
You
the
know-
D8. Hold on.
you know
Yeah,
it's probably worth it.
It could be an 8.
Man, I've been generous with the. Okay, so a 13.
Yeah.
You definitely might not be able to tell exactly how this sword was crafted, but you do kind of get the sense that this has like a multi-level kind of curse on it. Where step 1 of the curse would be touching the sword. Step 2 of the curse would be letting go of the sword, and that's all you're gonna get with that. So feel free to share that with everyone if you want.
I'm sharing that with everybody. That's okay.
I will turn to Brazrick and be like, I mean, do you think you would be able to reach out to Zaolu and see if you could get any insight from that?
I can fucking try.
I'll give you a bardic.
So, Brezric,
Let's
you have
see.
two options now. Since the last dream session, and the gods told some of you that you won't be getting visits every single night anymore, and to contact them, you do have to try. Brezric specifically has 2 options. You can do a flat intelligence attempt or a religion attempt.
Let's see. Well,
So it's up to you.
it would be basically the same thing either way.
Is it?
It
Okay, I
is,
wasn't
yeah,
sure.
no, I don't get any bonuses either way, so I'll just do the religion.
Do you want to throw
And
in the
you've got
bardic?
bardic.
Let's do it. Where D8, right?
Yeah.
1d8.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Did a 20.
Okay, what do you do to ask Zaolu for help here? How do you like summon the god?
I'm gonna. I will grab the forge, and I will.
Smart.
I'll kneel in kind of a prayer pose, but in between my hands, I'll hold the forge, and I'll kind of murmur a little prayer, just kind of like Zaolu, I need your guidance now.
Yeah. The forge itself, if it had any like colorations to it, we'll say to have it even float or whatever, it would have like these little like colored orbs that are letting it kind of fly around. You notice that they change color. They go from like a blue to like a green, and any like surface lining on the metal orb itself also starts to glow green, and the little like electronic voice completely changes, and Zaolu is like almost as if like tuning a radio. It's like Brozak, are you there?
Do we all hear this?
Yes,
Interesting.
because he's doing it through the forge. You all hear this.
Yes, Zaolu,
Did you
I'm
call?
here.
Did you call?
Hang on. Let me go by the window. You're breaking up.
It gets better.
All right. There you go. Yes, Zaolu, I have something that I need to ask you about. Regarding the asshole you told me about.
Oh, you mean Skirth?
Yeah, that guy. So I've got his sword.
Do you now?
Yeah. And
Listen, I don't have full control of this thing. Aim me at it.
I aim him at the sword.
A little lower.
I shove it like an inch away from the sword.
All right, that's good. Now back up.
To back up. 3
All right,
inches.
Jackass.
It's basically an iPhone with your mom. And so Zeolu's like, I don't know the exact name of this sword or anything like that. I would have to touch it. But I'm getting the sense no one would want to touch it. Well, I mean, I could touch it, but... Have any of you touched it yet?
No.
Not
Janae.
directly.
No, she
Do
wasn't
any of you have...
touching it. It was above her.
Yeah, but had she touched it before that, was that
I
how
think
she
she'd be
got...
pretty dead.
Well, we don't know what the curse does.
Well, I feel like that
It's
would defeat the entire point of the threat, though, if it was just hovering above her, you know? Like, if she'd already experienced... Okay, yeah, sorry.
Zeolu's gonna say, well, it's actually safe to touch, but you have to have Dispel Magic or something to let yourself drop it safely.
Dispel magic,
But
you
that's
say?
talismans.
But you'd have to drop it the minute you cast it.
Got it.
So it's actually safe to grab unless you don't have Dispel Magic to let it go.
So it's like a bear trap. Got it.
From what I'm gathering, this is definitely a weaponized moving trap.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Bizarre's like, hold the fuck up.
Oh, no, never mind. That's just fine trap.
No.
Okay. What do you think would happen if we broke it?
Oh,
And
well,
I'd say if we've all got our own... Like, I'll hold up the Ash song.
ooh. Very interesting. Sorry, I'm distracted. If you were to destroy this sword, the creation magic would return to Skirth. He'd probably be able to
Oh.
create some new contraption or device or trickery shadow thing he does.
Not
So it-
necessarily something we want.
No, I wouldn't assume so.
I'll look to Althea and be like, do you have anywhere that this could be stashed?
Yeah, Althea's like, well, there's the dungeons and we can lock it up and hide it in the dungeon itself.
I think that's our best option
I think so, too.
for the moment.
And then you're gonna overhear Kale and Alia. Kale's like, see, I told you we should have put something in there to store cursed objects. There's cursed armor, there's cursed swords, and he just starts listing off, like, things he's encountered.
And just be like, we get it, chill.
Alia's like, I've heard this shit before. She's just putting up with it. She's like, uh-huh, yeah.
Just be like, all right, well, Zeolu, do you want to look at anybody else while you're here?
I would absolutely...
Yep.
It falls down.
Well,
Figured that would happen.
yeah.
The colors fade, and it goes back to, like, a humming little blue. It's like, hello, sir, I seem to have malfunctioned.
You're fine.
Oh, thank you.
That was neat.
Macarafe, hand me that string.
Okay, I'll hand the Delia string.
I'm going to hold it up to the forge, and I'm going to say, alchemize this.
Sweet. Yeah, so, you just want to leave it there, like, or do you want to take it to your room? Or
I'll-
tell it to take it to the room?
Yeah, I'll tell it to go
Put
to
it
my
in your
room.
pocket.
I mean, this
Alright.
this is a sizable ball.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so, like, a little, like, gizmo comes out, grabs the little, like, pincher, grabs the lyre string, and it just hovers away into the room. Or into your room.
All right.
In the
Alright,
basement. I remember that.
That's
Well
right.
done.
I can remember things.
So did we decide who was Gwynry was coming with us, right?
Yes.
I wrote down that it's the 4 of you so far.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that so we don't know what Janai is doing.
I think Silvara and Janaea probably wouldn't be a bad idea to stick behind. And if you wanted
Yeah,
someone
I
to
was gonna
protect
say,
them,
maybe having Alia look after at least Silvara. I don't know if Janaya wants to come with to potentially talk to Zeranova, or if she wants to do that another day. But
I feel like another
'cause you-
day. I don't think she wants to be
Yeah.
around for us potentially murdering somebody.
yeah, I think Janaea will also mention herself that she doesn't mind staying back with Silvara and Alia. And then Kale was like, "Well, I can protect them because he's a man that has to protect the women because that's just how he is."
Oh, great. He's a racist and a misogynist.
Oh yeah, he's anti you guys.
I'm
He's all
basically gonna
this.
kill this guy by the end of this. That's just I've accepted it. I've come
He's-
to
he's
just
got, like-
terms
message
with it.
Broderick.
He's got like 2 good points to him, and we just haven't seen them yet.
Can I just message Broderick and be like, I mean, if Zalthea kills him, it's not that much for loss.
I mean, but she's not supposed to be conscious during this murdering. Like this is supposed
But
to
you know,
be
if shit goes tits up,
this is supposed to be a pretty straightforward, simple murdering, old school seduction and then murder. Like I want one thing to go just as we plan it,
all right. So we'll
and
go
he's
in
gonna
and try.
fuck everything up if he comes with.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. I know how that oath works.
Mm,
I know how those people work.
Basically.
all right. So if he stays, I also don't want to just leave him alone with Silvara and Janaya.
Wasn't
I mean, do you want to give
But
me an
so-
insight? Because like I can tell you if you roll well what your character thinks. For does anyone else want an insight?
yeah, I'll do it. Hang
Because
on.
like
Insight
Would
saving?
this
or does-
meeting count
Oh.
as a short rest?
Oh,
Or
that's
you
a
got
nat
20, never
20,
mind.
baby. I see into his soul.
Oh, I might as
I
well.
love that.
Wait,
yeah, you might as well.
I really love that they take the point off, but still leave it green.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
feel
You
like the
rolled a
nat.
20 and a nat 1.
yeah. Yeah. So okay. What was the question again about Kale?
His
Well, because I was saying
Motivations.
I don't really want to just leave him alone with Silvara and Janaya.
Right, it
From
was-
the
it was
vibes that
the-
I've gotten from him.
It was the trust, right?
yeah.
Yeah, just
Um.
a vibe check.
Yeah. So vibe check that Brozerick will be able to tell you about is that this guy is like at the end of the day he's a paladin of the Radiant Hall. He will do what he thinks is right. He listens to his commander Althea despite like having his own quips and qualms about different things this here and that. When he seems to be a person of his word. When he says he will stay and defend the women despite how that sounds, he'll do it.
All right, huddle up, gang. Just we huddle away
Yep,
from
yep.
them. I'll just kind of be like, I think we can trust him on something like this basic.
Brozerick or Bazaar.
Yes.
With that nat 20, I'm gonna give you another thing about Kale in case it matters. Kale seems to be more intelligent than he lets on, as if he would be really good at being like a detective to like suss out details of a mystery, or to like a bloodhound to like track someone down. Like you kind of get that vibe from him.
Gotcha.
Could he, if and
Just
would you,
give him detective
yeah.
vibes.
yeah, if you share that.
I don't
In the
know if I
huddle.
want to share that because at the same time I don't trust him as a detective. Not because I don't think he could find them, but I think he would just go rogue. Because I'm getting strong, you know,
Vengeance vibes.
well, not just that, but the cop who just does
Bloodlust?
whatever he wants to do kind of vibe. You know?
I have a little quote for Kale. It says, "Truth leaves a trail, so do the wicked. I follow both."
Yeah, exactly. I don't trust him around any of these people that I
Alright,
like.
so not better served going with Corvin.
Yeah, no, he'd straight up murder
No,
Corvin
no.
too.
Okay.
He would
Probably.
absolutely murder Corvin because
Yeah,
Corvin has
okay.
done bad things.
Yep, pretty much.
Alright, so
I'm
Do
telling you
we
all this
then-
because of this Nat 20.
I
like,
know. Well,
yeah,
I knew
yeah.
that was exactly how he was to begin with. I don't trust him around anybody who I want to be left alive. Like, sure, I am fully going to crush Lune's head again between my fists, but like, I do.
so we leave him and Alia here?
Yes.
Okay.
Or wait, no.
I mean, that's
Or no, Althea was going with Corvin. That's
Althea
right.
goes with Corvin.
Yeah, so
Because
yeah,
he
we
was-
can leave him
They were
and
saying he
Alia.
could come with us. Yeah, okay.
We can leave
'Cause
him
I was
with
going to say, do
Alia
we want
here
to swap
and-
then?
don't you
and
guys
have
love
Alia
the
come
game
with
where
us, but-
you put your NPCs in certain spots?
I love having to plan how to do things for like 5 other people that don't have minds of their own.
I mean, they can have minds of their own.
I mean, well, yes, but like,
It's easier if they don't.
well, I mean, and they're not making decisions of their own yet.
Actually, speaking of people who have decisions of their own, Silvara is going to tug on Janaea's dress and just say, if they're going out, can we go to the other bar, the tavern, like the Jolly Jackalope? And
Do
Janaea's
not
like,
take Kale to the Jolly Jackalope.
and then Janaea's like, well, I mean, we kind of have like an escort here, and I think it'd be fine.
Do I hear this?
Of course.
Can I just be like, I'll message Janaea and be like, I do not trust this man in the Jolly Jackalope.
I like that you're now inside this woman's head without her knowing that you can do that.
Yeah. Janaea's gonna like look around and just look at you and see that you're not speaking, and just she kind of gets it, but also like, why? And then
'Cause I don't
she's
want
like,
him to hear me.
and then she's trying to figure out because she can message you back through
Yes.
message, right? Yeah. So she's trying to figure out to speak or to speak in her mind. She doesn't. So what you're hearing is like, what? Huh? But she's not talking. What?
You're
But
going
she's not
through a
saying this.
tunnel.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
you can just think your reply to me and
Oh.
I'll hear it.
Okay. Well, I hear you loud and clear. I mean, I think she does need some relaxation, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, if he's going, I would say avoid it.
I'm not allowing Todd
And I'm
to
sorry
die
to
like
leave you here
this.
with him.
I
I'll
won't.
just say
okay.
to Silvara, how about tomorrow night? You and I can go.
McCareface.
She's
Oh god.
she's gonna do that thing where her face drops more to that playful fairy aspect of herself, and she goes and she does that big pout. It's like fine.
He's so fucking adorable.
She flits between like I was a researcher and I'm also a fairy trickster,
Mm.
but it's part of the memory loss too.
Yeah. So, and then I'll just be like, do we want to detect thoughts before we go?
I want to give Kree and Gwynry a chance. If there's anything you guys want to say or do before we jump into this scene here.
can't think of anything specific.
Okay, anything to add on to the plans so far? Or you think
Stupid
good to go?
pushing buttons. Right
No,
there.
I'm good
Good
with
boy.
the plan, especially since we're all sticking together.
Yeah,
But,
I
as
know,
long as we
my-
like stick together.
No
Yeah.
one's
I
more
think-
surprised than me that you all decided to stick together. I was ready to be like, all right, it's going to be Brozeric and Alia, and that's all he's going to need, someone to heal his wounds. And then, like, yeah.
Listen, I'm all for just committing acts of violence and brutality against the wicked, but like, if we could just poison her and I get to cut her head off, like, and just call it a day, or not poison her, but drug her, I'm fine with that too. Like, that feels like the better option.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um,
Curry, yeah, you were
I-
saying.
did want to, after we're done here, talk with Silvara.
Yes, perfect. Why don't we do that before the detect thoughts thing? So, how about that happens now after y'all overhear that she wants to go to visit the Jolly Jackalope, and then she's told blah blah blah, and she gets a little pouty, and she kind of sits off in a corner for a second, and then Cree can maybe approach her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she's just kind of by herself, just kind of like flittering, kind of looking up, pulling the curtain back and looking out the window.
Mm-hmm. Just wanted to, I like tap her on the shoulder, so she knows I'm right behind her.
She gives you a very warm, big smile and says, "Hey,
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. I feel still very frustrated about not having any magic at all. At least the day before I could summon sparks, and she's doing that thing again with her hands, but nothing is happening at all. She just kind of she kind of looks down at the ground sideways a little bit and sighs, and she's like, I try not to think about it too much.
That's honestly what I was going to ask about, is if anything has come back since you've rested.
Jeez, Cree, rub it in.
Well, I mean, she would be the one who knows,
I
if
know.
anything has changed. I give a, I would give like a fucking side eye over my shoulder.
I didn't say that as a
I know.
character. Just
I know.
She's gonna just kind of sorry, can you repeat the last thing Cree said just real quick?
I just wanted to check in and see if you've noticed any change since you've rested.
Yeah, so she's like, no real change. It's my memories, I feel like it's getting worse, that I seem to be forgetting more and more. I mean, I must be special in some sort of way, right? And she's gonna like try to reach out for your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, hand. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
your
yeah,
weird
reach out.
bird hand.
And she's gonna say like, I must be and she's looking you dead in the eyes and pleading at you a little bit, and she says, I just can't remember why. I must be special, right? I was able to pull all of you together.
That you were?
I can't keep feeling so helpless. And she remembers, well, maybe McCarafay will be able to help. She wants to try something.
Okay. Just keep me in the loop, yeah?
Mhm.
I will
For
give
sure.
her hand a reassuring squeeze.
She squeezes you 3 times. Squeezes back the hand.
Yay.
She squeezes you. I was like, wait
She
a second.
just picks you up and squeezes you. Just 3 times, though.
Yeah, so Brozak flashes back to when the old man hoisted him in the arena, and Brozak's like, Good times.
Good times.
Okay. Gwen, Billy, was there anything you wanted to do, say, role play out, or you're good?
I'm kind of just picturing at this moment Gwenry's got an itch underneath her braces and she's trying really hard to get
She's
to
just
scratch.
really
Okay, you know what?
focused on this itch.
Can you roll me? Can you roll me a flat d20? And if you
Okay.
roll less than 10, something's gonna happen.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, you're fine.
Congratulations,
I
we don't
love
have a
that.
weird and great back player Henry.
Okay. All right. So we're good to cut to McCarafay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want Silvara and Janaea, right?
Yes, if
Do
I
you
may.
want them? Do you want them together or one at a time?
Probably one at a time. I'll just cast the spell twice so I can get as
Now-
much as I can from each of them.
Because we now all know what this spell does and how long it lasts. What is a fair amount of questions to ask in 1 minute?
Oh, I
Prob-
wasn't. Because my thought was not necessarily
Questioning, but
asking
delving.
questions, but trying to get into, like, using it as a way to get into their minds and trying to find
Yeah.
anything.
Perfect.
And I don't know if that would need to be a roll or whatever, but just
Oh, we're definitely gonna roll.
okay.
Okay. So
Wish I could give myself bardic.
who do you want to start with?
I would ask if either of them wanted to.
Janaea would immediately be like, I'll go first.
Okay. And I'll look to Corvin and just be like, I don't know what's going to happen, but this could be rough. Can you just, be there for her?
Of course. And he holds her hand.
Yeah, and I'll kind of put my hand out and just, may I?
She
And, yeah.
extends.
Yeah, I'll hold her hand and be like, all right, if anything gets too much or anything, you tell me to stop and I will, or if you can't get the words out, just squeeze my hand 3 times, all right?
Mhm.
Right, and then,
Sure
yeah,
thing.
I will cast Detect Thoughts.
All right, post it up so we all see if you have it. If not, that's okay. God, that's long. All right.
That's what she said.
Okay, so we're able to do surface thoughts for now, and then as an action,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she can choose to fail the DC.
yeah,
and
that's
just let
exactly what I
me-
was double
yeah,
checking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so
Yeah, fuck with you chooses to fail.
you hear her in her mind like, has she done it yet? And you see like her actual physical face just being like, is it working?
I'll just give her a nod.
Okay. I'm going to try and think about, and you're gonna get kind of like a foreboding sense. And you hear her think Necros. But then it goes kind of blank, like almost like there's nothing there. You still have a foreboding sense about this, but when she's trying to recall her memories, nothing is coming up, and you can kind of just hear her being frustrated in her own mind. Like,
All right, can I try, like, either like try to push deeper, figure out what's causing the block?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you probe deeper, and she's gonna choose to fail the wisdom saving throw. You're probing its mind unless you shift your attention to the creature. I just want to know exactly what you get when you probe deeper. Does it say exactly? Or does it just say probes deeper? Oh, emotional state, something that looms large in the mind. Okay, so you sense that she's allowing you in more, and you start getting because you don't see exactly. You're gonna get this sense of dread and anguish, and you hear her thoughts being almost as if she's reliving what she remembered before she was cursed by the
Yeah.
the sword. You hear her crying out for her mother. You hear her crying out for like her younger sisters. And you hear the crackle of flames, and you hear the splintering of wood. It's almost like a painful kind of like movie scene that you're not seeing but you're hearing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hear her say, "Who is he to give me one last chance?" And then all of a sudden it goes blank. Suddenly she remembers, and she says this with her mouth, not through her mind. It says, "He tossed me that sword." He's the
Okay,
one who said,
yeah.
who told me to fight. I grabbed that sword and I threw it at him. And then I woke up in the iron pit. That's what happened.
Dick.
Yeah. Can I try something?
Yeah.
I want to try and see if I can connect with her god.
Mhm.
And maybe
How-
like if I need help, kind of try and connect to Corbus and then kind of see if that can give me a boost or something.
So, what do you want to do physically that might help assist with this?
I'll put my hand on the Ash song and just kind of,
Okay. Um.
and I'll
So,
say to her,
yeah.
think of the woman you met in your dreams. Try and connect to her.
Okay. You are gonna roll either. I know what you're gonna roll. A flat charisma or religion. Whatever's better.
That's gonna be charisma.
Yeah. She is also going to make a roll. You sorry, I wasn't done. You get advantage
Okay.
because you're using the Ash song
Okay. Yeah.
for this specifically. She is also going to roll a d20, but she's only going to get one. Oh my god.
Twinsies.
Oh, goddamn.
Okay, well, meets it, beats it, right? So, you're going to hear in her mind, oh, lady goddess, I call on you, please. And you're going to get an extremely fuzzy response because of the way you're kind of going about this.
Yeah.
In your mind, you're going to see two glowing bright blue cat's eyes, and they're going to kind of flare at you a little bit. And at first, it seems intimidating, but then it kind of settles, and you hear the voice say, "Tick tock, girl, you have 20 seconds."
I'll
and
just
you're
im-
on your
yeah.
and on your end, you're touching the end of the sword, right?
Yes, yeah, touching it strong.
It's gonna heat up in your hand. Of course, you're not gonna like feel pain from it, but
Yeah.
it is gonna start like glowing. Like if anyone's looking at what you're doing, if you're not in a separate room, like that sword is starting to like when metal heats up, it gets like that reddish glow kind
Yeah,
of on
yeah.
it. But it's not hurting you.
Okay.
And you're gonna hear Naima, is that you? And then the eyes are gonna go like blink blink. I haven't heard your voice in forever, Corbus.
Okay, shut up. Don't have long. Sorry. What were you able to see? Were you able to see anything while she was in a trance?
I could see everything, girl.
Bresrick slowly.
Who are you? Who are you two? And then Corbus is like, hey, lay off her.
Bresrick slowly moves forward with the forge in his hand.
You can't hear this.
I know, I'm just
'cause
joking.
It's all.
I don't
that
even
would
have.
be hilarious though.
Just carefully,
no,
just slowly place it on the thing.
no,
Just
it's not. You don't have it in the orb form. You have it fully out floating in this giant anvil form, and you're like, yes.
making complete eye contact with Macarafe as I do so. Just
Oh my god! I just picture you sitting on it as it's floating towards.
just slowly drifting closer while she's just making like the "don't do it" face.
Yeah.
All right.
So Naimai is gonna quickly say, because you were like 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
She's gonna say, the things he did to her, only I could heal, which I did.
Yeah, I'll just say, I'm going to try this again another time.
So, in the picture that I posted of Janaea to you guys in the chat there, and on the screen it's in the orange dress. When I was trying to make this photo, I tried to get tons of scars, but I wanted them to be very, very faint. So it was a little troublesome to get what I did get, but so Naimai is going to say, I am the goddess of healing and purity, and I was able to completely heal this girl. But the things he did to her, and Corbus is going to be like, we're going to stop Skirth, don't worry. These kids are all right.
I'm gonna dick punch a guy.
But the connection is going to go like extremely fuzzy.
Yeah, I'll just say a quick thank you.
Yeah. And then you're in your head, you're just gonna like see those cat eyes, and they're gonna kind of just blink, and then they're gone.
Okay.
All right,
Do I still have like connection to Corbus?
You got Corbus for like 5 more minutes.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I gotta
Yeah,
run to
he's-
the
he's-
restroom real quick while you all do your next little brain dive.
Yeah. So Corbus is gonna be like, "You got me for 5 more minutes, kiddo."
Do you want to have a look at the sword we took from him?
I wouldn't touch that shit.
I'm not touching it.
I mean, I kind of want to, but it would be different for me than it was for you. And he's just quiet, like as if he's like looking over the sword, but like if you could hear him looking over the sword, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's just kind of going, it's not that well made. Well, Skirth's pretty shit at building stuff.
The god shade.
Yeah, I can definitely see his trickery in there. Can't tell what it does though.
Well, what we know is that Janaea touched it when she let go of it. From what she has shared with us and told, and I saw it in her memories, the second she let go of it, her memories are gone, and that's how we found her. She was in a trance with the sword hanging over her head.
I wish I could give her a boon. That sounds pretty badass. trying to throw it back at it. That Necros fella.
She's got fire.
Yeah, she does. And your sword like gets even hot. It goes like that. That red hue on the metal turns blue. It's like, hey, by the way, did my boy show up yet?
Not yet. It's not
God.
been. It's only been a day.
Time passes so different in my dimension. I hate it. God damn it, Gwenzaline. Why'd you have to do that to my place? Damn. So damn bored.
Do you want to help
Anyway.
me try dive into a fairy's memories?
Let's go.
All right. Then I'll go to Silvara and same thing. You know.
All right,
You need
so
to stop. Yeah.
she's just gonna immediately like let you go into. It's like she's gonna auto fail a check, let you go.
Yeah.
Deeper probing, and it doesn't work on her. It's just not working. If anything, Cree, what is going on in your mind right now?
That is a very good question.
And
Um,
Gwynry, I'm going to ask you the same thing in a second. What is just on the top of your mind right now?
top of my mind
Like-
would probably be just going over the plan and trying to figure out how to make sure things go smoothly.
Yeah, so Kree's probably you hear Kree just thinking about maybe alternate backup routes to what if this goes wrong kind of thing. What about you, Gwynry? What's on the top of your character's mind?
It's just the braces.
Yeah,
Still the
probably
bracers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hearing like, am I gonna go full wolf? Like, I don't even know how to activate any of this stuff. I mean, it can't be that hard. I mean, my uncle was in. Yeah, it's just. But it's almost like when you try to focus it back on Silvara, it's like a void, as if there's like an invisible portal, and like your detect thoughts is going into this void, and it's bringing you back nothing.
All right.
It's almost as if something's missing.
Yeah. I'll be like to call this. You're probably not the person to ask for that, but is this?
Is this the kid that's lost her memory?
Yes.
Hmm.
Like, do you have any idea what
Everybody's
could be
lost their
going on?
goddamn memory around here.
Yeah, well, it's probably one of those Fey things. You know how they trade away things to get power or whatever. There is such a thing as crystallized memory. She probably traded it away or had it taken from her in physical form.
Probably the
And then-
latter.
Yeah, he's like, one time he's gone.
Kind of just be like, thanks for the help.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Not that Silvara would be any help, she doesn't remember.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, just as the connection with Corpus fades, just kind of thanks. And I'll
He
just be like,
hears it, but he just can't tell it to you.
yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, so I'll just be like, from what I can tell, it's like something is missing. And I was in contact with Corbus. As I was doing that, he said something about crystalline memory and potentially that forcibly being taken away from you.
She's gonna ponder for a second, and of the two sides of Silvara, we're gonna see more of the researcher here for a second, and she's just gonna be like a shard of my memory is missing. Oh,
That's what it
gosh.
seems like, yes.
I think there were tales back in the summer court about people who make deals with the High Fae, but I never did, unless maybe these gods were around before they were, and maybe it's something one of the gods can do. And she's just deep in
Oh.
thought, kind of. And your detect thoughts is still on. You still can't hear what she's thinking. But she's not
Alright,
talking to you.
yeah.
She's thinking. She's deep in thought, wasting your time.
All right, I'll kind of be like, well, I'll come with you to the magic shop tomorrow.
Okay,
We'll put our heads together, see if we can figure something out.
sounds good. All right.
Can I just, for flavour, while
Mhm.
Cree was talking to Savara, can I just go up to Alaric and be like, "Say you want to come murder a minotaur with us?"
And he'd be like, "Do you want me to?"
I'll put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "I'm just giving you a hard time, love.
I mean, I would.
I
don't know
don't
how
want to
good.
put you at risk."
I don't know how good I am in a fight, and he's gonna do like a little 1-2 jab, kind of as a joke. But we'll say like he like pulls something. He's like, ah. He's like
Can I, like, catch
he's
his
like
fist?
he's like I just didn't stretch. I just didn't stretch.
Can I catch his fist?
Yeah. And he'd be like, all right, you're the fast one.
I counter his fist.
The mage hand comes by.
Oh no, I was gonna use shield master. Just
Okay. Okay,
Alright,
let's
yeah, and
let's
then I'll
do
just
let's
Shoulder check him into a
no,
wall.
not even a shoulder check. Just straight up hit him with my shield. Just like
all right. All right,
we've
let's
only
do
got,
let's
you
do a
know,
quick
like 30
time
minutes,
check.
so yeah,
Yeah, how much time do we have?
30 minutes.
30. Okay. Um are we all good to execute everyone's like moving on to the night part?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to cut to Corvin and Althea. They are, where is my tab? They are going to
I will give,
Oh, yeah.
before he goes, I'll give Corvin my last bardic.
Sure. Oh, very nice.
and I'm also going to give him
And my axe.
and my no. I'm gonna give him. I've got the 2 bands of the Found and Lost. I'll give him one of them.
Very smart. Yeah, you see him put it on. And it only activates. I'm pretty sure the description says it only works when they're both like equipped and on.
Okay.
And you have to be on the same plane, I think is the deal. So yeah,
Yeah.
so like it'll swivel and point at you if you have yours on.
Okay, I'll leave mine off for now, but
Okay, so his will just not do anything. It was just like a nonchalant moving kind of little thing. All right,
Could that
so
meeting have counted as completing a short rest?
yes.
Because then I get my bardics back.
Also, you have Alia there. I mean, like she could top up anyone if they ever needed it anyway. She's super
Yeah,
healer.
well, I just wanted to get my bardics back because I used all of them.
Okay, so Corvin and Althea, for this chunk of time, I'm gonna let them be able to look at 5 places, and I'm gonna roll a D100 on all 5 places, and then I'll have a report for you guys on if they found anything. So they're gonna go kind of to the outskirts of town. They're gonna start at the stables. So they're gonna check out the stables. No signs of Linnae. They're gonna talk to the people there. They do notice there is an exotic animal at the stables, and they kind of are like, "What the heck?" But they move on. You have to ask them what it was if you want to know. And they're going
Bird.
to. They are going to go to what's next. They're gonna just leave. So they're gonna bypass the guards, and head out town, and they're gonna quickly survey the orchard. Good enough roll there. They're not going to find anything. They don't disturb the people who are there, but it's clear that there's no signs of like broken entry or anything. They're going to check out the vineyard. They're not going to find anything there. And then they're going to lastly check the... Oh, wait, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're going to check the farmstead. Okay. They are going to find signs that someone was around the farmstead, as there are a lot of vegetables that seemingly just like, who would pluck 2 carrots kind of thing, you know, like of a whole field of vegetables, like a few things have been plucked here and there. So they have a trail. As a team, would you want them to push further or would you want them to return?
I mean, if it feels like, one, it's safe to do so, and 2, they have a good lead, then I would say push forward as far as is safe.
Does everyone feel the same?
I'm in the same
Yeah.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. They are going to continue on this trail. Okay. They kind of lose the trail a little bit, but you do know that Lune had visited the Green Haven farmstead that night. So that like the night of the first.
Could the
That's not where she is.
bardic?
Oh yeah, this is a D8, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. This could... Oh! Okay. Hold on. So this was the continuation, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the next place this leads to is the Lark Song Dairy Farm. This is northwest of Ravenswood, where the meadows meet the forest's edge. And there's definitely signs that if she's not inside now, she definitely was very recently. Just gotta quickly check one thing with Lune. Yeah, okay. Do you want them to push on or come report?
I think.
Do they feel they have enough important information to report?
Mm.
They are pretty hot on her trail. They know that she has been around here, and probably meaning she has come here in the past because she knew to come here right after the pit.
Can they tell? I forget if you mentioned it. Can they tell if or about how recently she had been there?
The farmstead was probably like an hour ago. We would say the
Oh,
dairy
okay.
farm. The dairy farm is probably like, she could be in there now, or she could have left like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago.
Because I
But
don't want them pushing in
that's why I'm
just
asking.
to kind of check
Yeah,
and be ambushed by her.
they can do a check, but yeah, you could be ambushed.
Yeah, I would. If they felt like they could do it safely.
I mean, Corvin thinks he can.
Okay, what does Althea think?
Yeah.
Althea is more practical, probably wants backup.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna
based
trust her
off of
judgment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
Corvin sulks.
yeah, Corvin's like, I can take her. Yeah. All right. So, you know what? Actually, Althea would do this. Althea is going to quickly check. And the owner of the Lark Song Dairy Farm, who was Ingrid Renshaw, a human woman, is dead inside. Waiting there is a music box, and Althea is just going to crush it. It was basically a trap for like anyone who came.
Joke's on her. It wouldn't have worked on me because I'd have just beaten it to death with its own head.
Yeah.
Throwing it at the wall.
Pretty much. Just keep picking it up and chucking it at the wall. Not even the wall, just the floor. Just
Yeah, so Althea and Corvin are going to have a heated talk and make their way back. Okay, so now we'll cut to because we have 3 groups. It's Corvin, Althea, you guys, and then Kale, Jadea, Alia, and Silvara, right?
Yeah.
All right. Surprise! You didn't think I would cut to Kale, Alia, Silvara, and Shania, but I'm going to because Silvara convinces the group to go visit the Jolly Jackalope.
damn it.
I don't know.
Mm.
That's right, everybody.
Wish I
She
kept
goes.
sleep as an ability.
All right, so it actually goes.
It wouldn't work on. I don't think it
Doesn't
would
work on
here.
Faye.
No?
Yeah.
Mm.
I
You'd
don't
have to use the
think.
potion.
So I'm gonna make this really quick. They go visit the Jolly Jackalope. Silvara
Is she still
flutters over.
disguised?
I think that would
You
have
know what?
run out, wouldn't it?
It's more fun if she's not.
No, it's not a spell. It's a physical disguise kit.
Oh, right.
She probably would have taken it off by now.
Okay. Also, I need to roll for because I would have. But I can do
Oh
that.
yeah. So yeah, she and the crew all go over to the Jolly Jackalope. It's pretty quiet over there. She meets somebody at the bar. It's a pretty tall and lanky half elf named Joey. Joey Swift Arrow. And the two are basically hitting it off while the other 3 are kind of sitting at a table just drinking, making sure Silvara's okay. But she's really enjoying herself with this guy. And he seems really into her genuinely. I'll make a roll for bad choices. No, she's a good girl. She really likes him and all, but we'll say that Kale comes over surprisingly, is the one who's like, time to head back. Joey being like, is this your boyfriend? It's like, no, I think those 2 are together, and points at Alia and Kale's like, what? And that'll be that. And they'll go back to Genevieve safe and sound.
Thank God.
Now
Todd isn't dead.
Todd's not even there. It's all about Silvara and Joey Swift Arrow. What a hunk. And yeah, so we're gonna cut to you guys. We're probably gonna end this session with you guys outside ready to plan unless everything goes perfect.
I feel like this probably should just be call it because
You want to call it here?
I mean, just because I know how it's gonna go. We're gonna get.
Do you? What if it goes swimmingly?
It just goes perfectly. We get there, we're just like, hey, drink this, and she just drinks it.
I rolled nat ones. It's fine. But yeah, do you want to end it here or just like?
I mean, it's up to everybody else. I would just throw that out there.
Or do we geologically just want to like get out in front and then send there? Geographically, I meant geologically. Oh,
Use
God.
the Earth's tectonic plates to get us there.
Kree, ask your god for some Earth powers.
Earthbending, activate.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we can end here. It's all good. Now, yeah, so we did their night session, we did their night sessions, just you guys. Yeah.
In the next session, we'll skip because someone will be on a plane.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
I feel like this is torturous, and I should just
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you.
No? No.
2 weeks from
Sorry,
now.
you go.
Really?
Next session?
What?
Sorry, I'm trying to think because I'm flying out
At 1 p.m. on
Saturday the
Saturday.
26th. Yeah.
Yep. Which is we play at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Gotcha. I mean, to be fair for me, I'm gonna get back at like 3 p.m. on Saturday. But yeah, no, that
That
checks.
would pass it. Yeah.
I am my brain does not do
The travel math.
the conversion well.
I feel though, like if you guys have 10 minutes, it would be mean of me to have you wait a month to find out. Do you want to quickly montage something with me?
Sure.
Would everyone
if
be okay
everyone
with
else
that?
wants to.
Sure, yeah.
It'll 5
alright.
10 minutes, okay?
Speed run.
Because I feel it's too mean to have you hanging on to this the whole time.
Sorry.
No. I'm happy. Like, don't worry about it. So, because I feel bad, you guys playing so much. Okay, so you guys head over to the Silver Hourglass, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're gonna say, um, why don't you guys do quick charisma rolls, persuasion? I don't if unless you both roll nat ones is. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, we're fine.
You're gonna have no problem getting up the stairs. You're gonna see Garen is not there. Someone else is behind the bar. We'll say it's a young halfling, or not young, but a halfling, small halfling person. They're behind the bar, but Zaranova is there, and Zaranova runs to you all, ushers you back down, which and she has you at the threshold. She dismisses the girl at the the check-in welcome stand where
Yep.
toll booth, and she looks at all of you and says, "Are you here for
Yeah.
Well, I have
I
bad
was
news.
going to talk to you. Okay.
She isn't here tonight.
Son of a bitch.
From time to time, she doesn't frequent us at night. I think I have. Now, forgive me, Zom, as the DM. Did I in our last session mention that she goes off and kills things?
Yes, Corvin mentioned that.
Yeah.
Or Corvin mentioned it. Okay. So back to Zaranova. I feel like she's hit her limit and she's gone off to kill something. She usually kills something in the forest or on the outskirts, but I do always fear when she returns, if she does. She tends to come to me around midday on days when she does this. And she just looks to the side, kind of a small frown. And you see, like, she holds her arm, and Zom would know this is where a bruise was, but is no longer.
And I just I'll look at and kind of just give her a look. Just
Mm-hmm. She
Yeah.
meets your eyes and does that like sad half smile, and she looks at the rest of you and says, "I wouldn't want to waste your time, but she isn't here tonight, and I've decided to stay up just in case."
Bresrick
you want
nudges
someone to stay with you.
Oh, well,
Sorry,
I was gonna say, give her the potion.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a good time to set up the plan with her.
All right. Yeah, I'll kind of run her over what we were thinking and be like, we can leave you with this potion. If she
So
shows up tonight.
yeah, she's gonna take the potion and then say, if for whatever reason she does not show up midday, I'll come to you. You're still at Genevieve's, yes?
Yes, though I will be heading to the magic shop. She's going to help us with some research in the morning. I don't know if that... I'll try to be back around midday.
She's gonna do a one-eye wink and say, "Well, I'll meet you there, and we can go shopping."
Sounds good.
Quick to anyone before we end. Does anyone want to say anything to our lovely Zaranova?
I mean, does she want someone to stay with her just in case?
You want that so bad.
Resrick
I'll roll.
steps forward and says he'll stay.
I'll roll for that. Hold on. She's gonna say a tempting offer, but I would hate if our friend arrived and I wasn't available.
You mean
She
to
kind
look
of she kind
after-
of she kind of gives a smirk when she says I wouldn't be available.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to say that Clarify
Just
completely
got
clueless.
So flustered there.
She's completely clueless is what she means. Just
Yeah. But she does look at you all and be like, if this is what you're planning, I don't normally do this, but I'm in.
I'll just
My
give her a
s-
nod and say thank you.
Yeah, under her breath, she's gonna say like, my sister's the one who used to do all the fighting, but maybe it's my turn to step up.
Oh no, I'll
Right.
decapitate her. Don't worry.
Oh
just
yes,
get her
yes.
to- you
The
just
fighting
get her
can
to-
all be yours. I'm just gonna do my part, and I'm gonna do it well. And then she kind of like fiddles with the potion in her hand, like twirls it or whatever gracefully in her hands, and kind of like a Jack Sparrow coin thing almost.
Just with
She's
a
just
whole
bad.
ass
She's just
bottle.
she's just badass like that, all right?
Just
She just does some trickery, some sleight of hand. Doesn't actually do that, but that's the visual I had.
If I was to... 'cause the bardic is only supposed to last like an hour. If I was to give her a bardic, would that...
I mean, you can.
I mean, we're about to rest, so why not? All right, I'll kind of put a hand on her shoulder and just be like, stay safe. And give her a little wink. And
How safe would she be? Yeah, right.
He goes out searching.
Yeah. Okay. No, but as a DM, I would hate for you guys to have all that set up because I've told you I have a timeline for all the bad guys and where they are. Zalthea is not there tonight. If anything, yeah, you guys did get a really good line on Lune. And probably where she'll be in the morning.
yeah.
So I'll leave you guys with that to ponder. And also, Silvara found what she likes. So there you go. The minute you guys left her alone, I'm like, rather she's gonna sneak out on her own, or she's gonna convince them to follow. She wants to have fun. She wanted to go to the fortune teller's tent, you know.
She was like doing this gesture at the guy the whole time.
Okay. And is there any? So we pretty much know our to-do list, right? Kind of like, yeah, for tomorrow, and Zom will have that for us because she's amazing.
yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to ask of me since we won't be playing for like a month? Anything you want me to set up for your character? Any questions about lore, plot, background? You don't have to answer now, but like I'm gonna have a month to think about stuff, so yeah, let me know. And like I said, I do have Zalthea, Lune, and Necros's timelines set into what they're doing in their morning, midday, and evening times. And I'm going to be pretty strict with that unless you guys like nat 20 it up. Or get close enough, because I feel like close enough is pretty hard to do anyway. So I felt bad that the NPCs got close, not you guys. Ah.
I can think
But
of,
yeah.
honestly.
Although I think Lune would be able to take the two of them. I'm not sure. I'll have to test that out. Oh my god, I can test that out. I could. That's kind of cool. I'll just have like a mock battle. Maybe I'll stream it. Change the names. All right. Sorry. Was there anything anyone had to ask or wanted to ask?
I'm good.
That's a lie.
No.
That's a lie. Zom is not good. She has questions. But yeah, everyone else is good.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll be meeting in a month in May, right?
May. Goodness
Oh my
me.
god, May.
Jesus.
May
Can it
3rd.
Not
No,
be.
no, May 10th. Right? Yeah, May 10th.
May 10th.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We're gonna be different people by May 10th.
I hope that
Oh,
difference is I'm
Oh, that's the
fucking
timing
employed
my
by
dad's
then.
just put music on really loudly. That's great. God. I'm about to have dinner anyway, so.
No. Also,
Um,
Billy, if it does tickle your artistic fancy, I would love for you to have a go at Zaranova
Yeah,
in your art style.
I'll see what I can do. I'm
No, yeah,
basically
yeah,
on
no
holiday,
pressure.
so.
Oh, I was gonna say no
I've got
pressure,
time.
no pressure, no nothing. But if it hits you right, I would love to see your interpretation.
Okay.
Cool.
Sweet.
Also,
All right.
Billy, this is just a thing.
Mm.
I don't know how far along you are on that group picture that you were doing.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Yes, it's fantastic. And like, if you're pretty much done with it, don't even worry about this. But I did notice the horns were a little different than what like I had in mind.
I have made like no progress on that because I was doing
Okay.
a bunch of work up this week. So
No,
feel free to,
I'll send you a picture of like what I was thinking.
yeah.
And so, but yeah,
Here, I'm gonna pin it for us, the original one. Oh yeah, pin it. There we go.
I'm impressed my headset is not picking up Dad's music currently. He's playing
Yeah.
Duran Duran really loud.
It's such dad music.
It is
And after my
very
Like
much dad
I
music.
do like Duran Duran, but it's very dad music.
yeah.
man after my mom's heart, jeez.
Also, their mum loves Duran Duran.
Yeah.
She went to see them a few years ago.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool. I gotta
my
go
mom
have
would
dinner,
be
so
extremely jealous.
All right.
I'll catch you next month.
Good
night.
Also,
Alrighty. Well, I'll see.
Yeah.
We'll Andy and I will see you
yeah,
sooner
yeah.
than that.
Literally, probably next week or so.
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, all right. I gotta go.
All right.
Okay,
Enjoy dinner.
bye.
Bye.
Enjoy food.
Ba-dum. Ugh. Yeah, Zom, I wasn't sure you were gonna get that god to god check. Like I know I gave you advantage. Not that I don't think you needed it for that one, but the DC check was that you both had to hit 17. And I was like, I feel like that's gonna be hard for Janaea. And then she hits it. I'm like, oh, okay. And that was just a flat. Was that flat 17?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Like, that was crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to.
Well, that's the thing too, because I had a little blurb for like the first time anyone would get in contact with like Nayamai that wasn't her.
Yeah.
So I wasn't exactly ready to share that, but like she basically was like all the bad things that could happen to a person while she was like a puppet, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happened to her, and that's why she was like, I'm like a goddess of like healing and whatever, and there were things that only I could heal. and all that she has is like a small scar left on her cheek. Like, it's almost good she can't remember it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible, but yeah.